Hello, hello, everybody. I am just at a roadside stop, a little rest area here on the way home. I'm just about to the border of Connecticut, and I figured I've done a lot of singing and listening to YouTube videos and all of that, so I figured best way to help keep me awake is to chat to you guys, and I am going to get my link here, and I'm going to drop it in the chat. Let's see. I'm going to post the link to the chat because I'm not going to be able to, since I am driving, I am not going to be able to actually really see the chat and see who's in here. Trying to figure out how to make a pinned comment. Do star comment? Does that pin it? I don't know if that's what that does. You know what I'm going to do? All right. Hopefully I'm back. I think everybody ran away. I am live. I'm sorry. I had a moment there trying to figure something out. Can you guys tell me, is the comment that I made there with the StreamYard link for people to come up on my chat, is that a pinned comment or not? I'll go to YouTube and do it from there. Okay, you know what? I have in here somewhere in here is my iPad. May as well pull that out before, and I can go do it on that versus trying to. Yeah, the iPad's in here somewhere. But I'm going to have to go digging for it later. It is pinned. Okay. All right. Here, you know what I'll do? I'm going to pop that up. And then, yeah. Because this way, if people, yeah. Hold on. I'm going to drop down for like half a second, but don't go away. I will be right here. Okay, I'm back. It should be pinned now. Yeah, so I'm just going to leave it up there in case anybody wants to join in on the stream and chat with me on my way home. So you guys can read the chat for me as it goes through. And yeah, so here we go. I am heading out. I waited until I got to a point in my drive where I knew where I was going. And didn't have to worry about looking at the GPS or anything like that. So, okay, we are positioned. We are going. And off we go. So I'm on the border of New York State, just about over into Connecticut. It has been a long day of driving. So I figured I would talk a bit about my fun time at HOA and all the amazing people that I met. It was very, very cool. I will give the big highlight right in the beginning that I got to meet Jess from Roots and Refuge. And I did talk with her a few times over the weekend. I did make her cry like twice. And she took out about 5 or 6 minutes to just go off to the side with me and film a little bit of a video. It was actually at her suggestion. It was, yeah, so I happened upon her on Saturday while I was with Goldshaw Farms and the Mindful Homestead doing an egg challenge. You'll see that the Mindful Homestead was doing the camera work, but it was Morgan Gold from Goldshaw Farms doing the actual challenge. So I don't know whose channel that's going to end up on, but it could be both. Morgan brought some of his farm fresh eggs, and he bought some eggs at Walmart, and he scrambled them both up, and you had to do a blind taste test with like blackout goggles and everything. Basically say, and pick which one was the farm fresh eggs versus the, grocery store eggs. And I picked it right. Justin Rhodes picked it wrong. But Jess was extremely nice. You can tell that peopling is not her favorite thing. She's like so happy to like hug people and talk and get into conversations, but she's also, you could tell she was so tired. It definitely like takes it out of you by the end of the day. I'm not really an introvert, but I'm not an extrovert either. I'm kind of like, I'm an ambivert. I love to be out and having fun and talking to people, but then I need a decent amount of time alone to recharge. So I didn't even talk to a lot of my new friends in the camping area Friday night because I just went into my tent and I laid down because the back end was very ouchy. So I made Jess cry because in a recent video Jess talks a lot about her faith, her journey with God and all of that. And she actually said something in a recent video. She said, I worry that by talking about this, not that I'm going to change what I do because it's just who I am, but I worry that maybe I alienate people because I do talk, about God and the things that are on my heart when it comes to my faith. So I worry about that. So many of you may not know this. I am actually pagan. So I don't, I am nothing of the Christian flavor. And it's not that I have a disregard for it or anything like that. I've just met too many Christians who wave their faith around like a sword of judgment and nastiness and a big dollop of hypocrisy. So it's put me very much off of that. But what I said to Jess is I said that, so I am a pagan, but the way that she speaks on God and her faith, it comes from a place of kindness. There isn't judgment in it. It's not preachy. It's just what's coming from her heart and what's leading her. And so the way that she does speak on scripture, I can relate to it, even being of a different faith. And the fact that she said that, it wasn't like driving people away. It was actually bringing, at least bringing me closer in, and I said, that's something that your faith is something that I really appreciate about you, because you're one of the people that at least it appears that you're really trying to live it and walk the walk, not just talk the talk. And so she like grabbed me in a big old hug and she was a little teary. So yeah. And there are a few people out there on YouTube who I feel do that very well. And then there are others that I feel, stumble around like a bull in a china shop and just kind of bludgeon people with what they're trying to get across. And maybe it's just not coming, they're not translating it well. I don't know, but in some channels it's very off-putting, but in some channels it's very enlightening and endearing, and makes you appreciate that part of their personality. Jess is one of those people. Her friend Jill over at Whispering Willow Farm that bought their property is also one of those people. I met her as well. She was very sweet. People weren't crowding her the way that they were, waiting in line, like in the middle of the pathways and all that to talk to Jess. But I think kind of Jill appreciated that. She's like, yeah, you go talk to her. I'm good. Morgan from Goldshaw Farms was very laid back and very genuine. Nice guy. Actually, I've got a standing invitation to set something up and go up to his farm, because he's up in Vermont, so that's only a couple hours from me. He goes, yeah, come on up. I'll let you pet the fluffy cows, as Scott from Rambling with the Brums would say, because he has Scottish Highland cattle. I get to hug the Abbey dog. For me, it's not. I mean, it was just a very, very fun weekend. I was so excited. I was in Walmart picking up a tent. So funny story, if you guys weren't on my live Friday morning, which has been accidentally deleted, which is devastating for me, because I had so many good moments. The moment when I first met Jess is on that video, and YouTube has not been helpful in attempting to recover it at all. What was I going to say? So I was in Walmart because my plan was I was going to camp here in my SUV, because I knew it was going to be cold. The temperatures were in the low 50s Thursday night, mid 40s Friday night, and went to 36 degrees last night. And my plan was to sleep in this car. I had an air mattress that had a whole bunch of different chambers to be able to fit in the back. And then and I had all my blankets and pillows and everything all ready, and everything prepped to just camp in this car, because I had reserved what they said was a tent site. And yeah, I get there and there's just one small flat area for everybody just put all their tents out next to each other. So I thought I was going to have a place to pull my car in, but no, you had to park down the hill and bring all your gear up the steps or up the hill to the tent site. And I felt really weird, like sleeping in my car in a parking lot. So I said, all right, fine. Walmart's 3 minutes away. I'll go and I will get, I'll go get a tent. So I did. $44 at Walmart, my little Ozark Trail tent. And, I set it up and it was good. It was really fun camping in that area there. But while I was in Walmart, I came around a corner and just about ran into Sherry and Bobby from Black's Tropical Homestead. And I got to tell you, I had to hug Bobby twice, because he is just like, he's so huggable. Those big old arms of his, they are just so, like, they give the best hugs. So yeah, I had to hug him twice. Um, yeah, so it was just so exciting to finally see them in person. And then the next day, I was waiting in line for to meet Jess and have her sign my books. And Jesse from Lazy Days Ahead, so the mod father is there, and he goes, "Oh, I'll text Leanne that you're looking for her," and he did. And I said, "All right, well, as long as you're texting her, tell her she has 3 guesses as to where I am, and that if she guesses wrong, I'm gonna laugh. Yeah, if she doesn't get it in one guess, then I'm gonna laugh." So she immediately knew to come and find me at the Abundance Plus tent, getting my book signed by Jess. So I turned around. I'm on my live stream, and I turn around, and there's Leanne. Hi to anybody who's coming up in the chat. I just see we got 5 people in here. I think, let's see, I know Kettle Kitchen was here. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead, just quick and glance at, hey, the Beehive Homestead jumped in. I know Joe from Garden State Gardener was here. Annette was here. So hi to everybody. Just to say it again, I am driving home, so I cannot look at chat, so I don't know what's going on in there. But if anybody does want to hop up, I have the link to the stream posted down there in a pinned comment. And anybody who wants to come on so they can read comments to me, I will take that. But I think that I'm just going to keep this stream going and just randomly talking at you guys until I get home. And I have about 2.5 to 3 hours of driving left, probably closer to 3. Oh yeah, Homestead Aquarius was here too. Oh, and Rochelle just popped in, Brampton Gardner. Yay. Yeah, I figure the more the merrier. Let's have a little party chat on my way home. Let's see, who else did I meet? I talked a lot with Doug from Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. And sometimes his channel, their channel is not my cup of tea. But I mean, he was a very funny, very friendly guy. And despite the cold weather, he walked around the entire weekend in bare feet. No shoes, just walking around in bare feet, and his, I mean, so I know he wears that stuff on the day-to-day in general, but at HOA, it just feels like it's his uniform. It's kind of funny. But he was very funny and just a general nice guy. Let's see. What else? I made friends with some of the people that were camping in the tent area. I met in person Nikki from 5 Dog Farm, which is a good friend of Lisa from Yogi Hollow. It's funny. So I'm setting up my tent and I hear the words subscribers and monetization, and my head just goes, YouTubers. And I walk over and I start talking with them. So it was Brian and Whitney from Full Circle Homestead. I had not come across them or met them yet before in the oh goodness, the moon is beautiful. I wish you guys could see it. Oh man, I just came around a bend and big, beautiful, gorgeous full moon. Yes, so yeah, Brian and Whitney from Full Circle Homestead, and they have very close to 500 subscribers. So please go check them out. I did a live stream with them earlier today. They were just the nicest people. With their 4 kids running crazy, a whole pack of kids running around. It was, they were really fun, and we spent a lot of time talking through the weekend. They are, I can't remember if they're completely off grid or not, but they're pretty close to it at the very least. They raise their own meat. They raise their own vegetables. They do preserving, canning, building, because he works in construction, and he's an alpaca shearer, which is pretty cool. So that it's funny because I asked him, I'm like, so do you also shear sheep? And he goes, no. I just don't want to go learn it. He's like, I'm good at alpaca shearing. Sheep is a whole animal, literally. And hey, I'm in Connecticut as of now. Woohoo! I'm gonna actually start seeing places I know soon. Yeah. So I mean, it was a lot of fun. Oh. All right. Homestead Aquarius says knock knock. Oh, wait. Hey. There we go. All right. Hey.
Hey, thank you. It was getting cold outside your car.
I gotta turn my volume up.
On the window, and she's not letting me in. It's like, please see me. It's cold out here.
I didn't see it. Hold on. I'm gonna connect this to my Bluetooth so I can hear it over my car. All right. Is that better?
I don't know.
Okay, I can hear you better now, I think.
Okay. Well, you know, I can talk loud.
There we go.
I can get real close. It looks like you had a good time.
This is very strange. It's not pairing. There it goes. All right. Now it's paired.
Is it good? Testing.
Yeah,
can y'all hear me?
I got to change my... We got another friend here. Hello.
It's a brand new.
Oh. Warning, Dexter is live. Dexter is live. Oh, he loves to come up here on the couch and drop his toy down.
Okay. Changing my mic to...
Oh, girl, you're doing an awful lot of off-road tapping there.
Oh, that is much better. Okay,
all right,
now I really hear you much
better. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead said pagans rock and don't discriminate.
That's right. I mean, Jess said, when I told her that, Jess did say, she's like, well, I'm so glad to have you watching, and I really appreciate you for your faith as well, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah. The Beehive Homestead wanted to pop in and say hi. Homestead Aquarius, one hug won't go around Bobby's arms. Of course, you had to hug him twice. And then it's just me saying, give me a few minutes. So that's caught up on the chat.
All right. Yay.
It sounds like you had a lot of fun up there. And
I did.
There were some big people up there. Where exactly was this event held?
Front Royal, Virginia.
Okay.
So it's a little south of, like, let's see, where did I go through? Within 20 minutes of leaving, I was in West Virginia. And then 20 minutes or so after that, I think I was in Maryland, and then Pennsylvania a couple hours later. Or an hour later. I don't know.
So you've been driving. Your whole trip is longer than 3 hours because you got to go all the way back up to Connecticut, right?
Oh, I got to go all the way to north of Boston, almost to New York.
Yeah. North of Boston. That's right.
I just crossed the border from New York State into Connecticut. And I left the fairgrounds at around about 11:30 this morning.
Are you guys hearing the whistling, or is that just me?
What?
Are you guys hearing like a whistling back? Whistling
I am.
noise?
Yeah, I don't know where it's coming from.
Okay, I might just go grab my headphones and see if that helps.
Okay.
But I don't know how that's going to work with Dexter.
Dexter thinks he's a cat. But he's really a ham.
Yes, Dexter's a maniac. Okay, I'll be right back. Hold on.
Okay.
I'll just leave the camera running, so hopefully Dexter doesn't step on the.
Hey, there's a signal thing. Camera down, camera down.
Camera down.
Hey, I can't look at there. You got somebody in here. Mr. M.I. Gardner has done shown up in your
What? I have Luke. Hey, Luke, since you are here, I thought Haley was coming to HOA, but I did not see her. And I have something I was going to give to her to give to you. So I'm just going to mail it to the store. I have a something.
See, that's who you want to get up here is Luke. Get him up here.
I mean, if Luke wants to hit that button and come up on my live stream, I'm not going to say no. That would be pretty cool, talking to both Luke and Jess in 24 hours.
No. I can't even stay up here long, Luke. Get up here.
That's right. I know Haley said that she was moving to Tennessee, but I didn't realize it was happening already. Wow. Good for her. I know she really wanted to do that. All right. We're going to...
Oh, boy. I remember
what was the whistling? Oh, here she comes.
Is it gone?
Yeah, Luke does indeed have a newborn.
That's right. He's a new daddy.
Yeah.
I remember those days. Yep. I remember.
Okay, so I do have something, so I will just send it to the store, and you'll know when you get it.
It is. So you've got like a baby that's still in the burrito stage, right? You've got the daddy touch, I would imagine, to wrapping him up as tight as he needs to be. And he feels comfortable being wrapped up a daddy in the receiving blanket, right? Because that's the one thing.
What, a week ago? A bit over a week ago?
I hold Luke's baby, and then Luke can come up.
I miss them days. Enjoy it, brother. Enjoy it.
I do too. My youngest just went off to college in New York City, and I miss her terribly. Like, it pained me on my way back that I drove straight over New York City, like straight through the city, and I did not stop to see her because it's just too long a drive. I would be too exhausted getting home, and I'd only be able to stop and like give a quick hug, and it would just be too much on my mommy heart. So I'm gonna have to make a trip down to see her in a few weeks. But I did just see her 2 weeks ago. But it's like my baby is all by herself in New York City. Yeah, Luke's good. It says he's in burrito mode. Oh, that's wonderful. Again, congratulations, Luke. I do definitely miss those days.
I feel
so,
like
Rochelle, what is causing that whistle? Is it Dexter's toy?
Between your teeth.
Let me mute my mic. I see it's me.
And y'all wonder why Dexter's not allowed in the office during my lives.
Mm-hmm. Who was my favorite HOA speaker? I'm going to have to say Natalie from It's a Good Life or Jill Winger. They both gave great talks. I feel bad because I had to leave Doug and Stacy's talk, especially where it's on, starting a homestead with no money, which is kind of hello. But I was so exhausted by that point, and it was so hot on Friday. I was falling asleep, and I was afraid that I was going to fall out of my chair and just embarrass myself. So I left. But I did get to meet Jess, which was like a melting into a purple puddle episode for me. I've got an invitation to go up to Goldshaw Farms and shoot some video with him and hug his dogs because they just look so huggable. I need to hug them. Yeah, it was just a very, very fun weekend. I can't wait until I can go back next year for sure. Oh, and I actually may have an affiliate thing going with 4 Jars canning lids, which is great because you know, we were just standing there looking at stuff, and they went, "Ooh, hey, you guys have YouTube channels. Come talk to us. Let's talk about you know, what you guys have for you know, what your social media looks like." And then they're like, you know, Black's Tropical Homestead, who was with me, they've got what, 5,000 subscribers now. I mean, they're doing very well, and they do a lot of canning, and I'm just starting to learn it. So I'm like, I can show a perspective of a total canning newbie learning to can and using your jar lids. So yeah, so they're like, well, we like that, so let's go do that. It was very, very cool. Yeah, so I mean, it was just, I made a lot of friends. It was very funny because I was talking to some of the, like I said, I heard, you know, oh, monetization, like how often do you hear that word? And I went like, you guys must be YouTubers. And this woman was saying, oh, well, I watch this channel and Yogi Hollow Farm. And I went, I love Lisa. And she's like, oh, you watch Lisa too? And it turned out it was 5 Dog Homestead. It was Nikki from 5 Dog Homestead. And it was, I ended up talking to her a lot over the weekend, and just, so making connections with people that I've met online and been friends with for the last year, and then actually getting to see them in person and hang out. I spent a lot of time with Sherry and Bobby from Black's Tropical Homestead. It was a great time. A lot of time with Leanne. You know, it was so great, but it was very cold on Saturday night. I got up at 4:30 in the morning, went to go use the facilities, and I came back and went to unzip my tent and realized that the outside of my tent was covered in a film of ice. And I was like, oh, wow, it's that cold? It was 36 degrees. Oh, do I have more friends?
You done?
Oh, no, I have something in the private chat. I can't read the private chat. So
it looked like Brampton Gardner fell out. She might be needing to add back up or something. M.I.
Okay.
Gardner.
Oh, yeah, there she is.
M.I. Gardner is having to leave. He's got to get that baby to sleep.
Yeah, he's got to go do the baby juice. Thank you, Luke, for popping in. It was so exciting to see you. Sort of. Well, not read you because I can't read the chat, but so excited to have you pop in and chat for a bit.
Yeah, and Dani, I wanted to just come up here real quick and say hello to you and congratulate you on your growth. You know,
thank you.
You've done so well. You know, when I met you way early on, and you were just a little thing, just a little channel, right?
Yep.
Well, your spirit was so big. You know, you said, I don't, your attitude was, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it, but yep, I'm going to do it. It don't matter. I'm going to do it. And
that's typically how I approach life.
Well, you did well. And your spirit for gardening really shines through. And that's, you know, that's your spirit, and it's strong. And you've done well, and now you're growing over 2,000. You're doing very well. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, Robert. Aww. I feel bad because I wasn't able to put up any numbers for Shed Wars this year because my father kept going out and picking everything and eating it before I got a chance to weigh anything.
Well, that's when you just weigh your father at the end of the season. You just do that.
That is a good point.
Yeah. Just weigh them. I'm not weigh myself, you know. My numbers, I really, for all the gardening things that I do and I'm a part of and all, I don't have a garden. I have a few things in containers, and I have my perennials because I'm big on, very big on hugelkultur and perennial landscaping and putting food in that just sits there and grows itself. You know, I'm kind of lazy. But
I can't wait to be able to do that stuff.
One day
I've got asparagus in a tub.
Yeah.
And I've got a green stalk full of strawberries now.
Yeah.
Started with 6 plants, and now I've got plants in all 42 pockets just from this spring. So
I love strawberries.
oh, yeah, it's so good.
They are beautiful little monsters. They give me food. They cover the ground, and they come back year after year, bigger and stronger.
Yep, I've got so many strawberries this year that I've been throwing them to my new chickens.
Yeah.
I finally did get chickens.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if you were ever going to be able to do that because it's so tight up there in the New England area.
Well, my mother had always wanted chickens. And, you know, so when I moved in, I said, well, why don't we get chickens? We used to have pigeons. And my dad goes, well, we don't have enough space. The city won't let us. So I'm like, I challenged that assumption. I went to the town website and I looked up the space requirements for chickens. They had to be 50 feet from the road and not visible from the road. And they had to be 25 feet from each dwelling. So I pulled out a tape measure and I measured from each corner. And I'm like, we have it. If I put them in this corner over here, we have it by about 3 inches.
Oh, okay. Well, now
I got myself a coop and built a run out of my cattle panels that I used in my garden last year and hardware cloth. So I have a coop, 4 birds, and an 8x7 covered run.
That's awesome. Let me make a pause for your commercial interruption.
Sure.
Help you out here. Snow Gardener 307 came in.
Oh, Snow Gardener, hey.
Everything but the budgets. Hey, Dani. And Brampton Gardner said, sorry, she hit the wrong button. She's got one finger that's extraordinarily big. All right, looks like she's coming back. Bunny Girl 1712 says, hello, friends.
Kirsten,
with lots of hearts.
Kirsten, I think Kirsten sent me a message yesterday. I didn't get a chance to respond because I was going like all over crazy looking for Jess because she said, come find me in the afternoon and we'll film a video. So I didn't get a chance to respond, but I will when I get home.
Did you show her your Jess tattoo?
I don't have a Jess tattoo. Shut up.
You have a Jess tattoo?
I do not. Do not start that rumor.
I heard that she had a Jess tattoo, but my hearing's messed up. I might mention that to a few people. You know.
Huh?
I might mention that to a few people.
No.
Dani
you did. She probably already thinks I'm nuts.
Fresh Start Homesteading. Hello, Dani.
Hey, that is Shannon, and we went to middle and high school together, and they recently started a channel, and you guys definitely should go check them out.
That's super cool. They can tell us all the dirt on Dani.
They've just gotten their own homestead, and they just got married, and they got goats, and they're building all their stuff in their garden, and they grow something that's only legal in certain states. So they have a few of those plants as well that they show on their channel.
Very cool.
Yeah, so lots of fun stuff.
Kudzu is illegal to grow in some states. There's a bunch of it down here in Alabama. That's probably what they're growing.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yes.
Yeah. Well, hey, Dani,
Imagine all in darkness over here.
I'm going to jump down and let Miss Brampton Gardner keep you company and be the Robin to your Batman.
Well, I appreciate you coming up. I'm so excited to talk to you again.
Well, thank you. It's been good to talk to you. You keep going and keep growing and doing what you're doing and letting your spirit shine. You're going to be fine.
Will do. I promise.
All right. Y'all be good.
Okay. Bye, Robert.
Bye-bye.
Oh.
Yes,
yeah, I feel bad. I failed how to shed wars.
Take it out because it's too quiet. I can hardly hear you with them on.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Oh, so let me see who's in the chat. Thank you, Dani. No dirt on Dani. She was a straight A student. Wah, wah, wah.
That's a lie. That is a lie. I passed by the skin of my teeth because I never did homework.
Oh,
but I was quiet, so maybe it just appeared that way.
Georgia Homestead said, back. Is that Brampton with you? Who is the other one?
That is Robert from Homestead Aquarius, and he is one of the team leaders and masterminds behind Shed Wars. And I was Team Aquarius this year, and I failed out because I could never record my harvest because my dad kept going out and picking things without me and then eating them and mixing them up with store-bought produce, so it didn't really work.
Yeah, that was so frustrating. Okay, and then Fresh Starting Homestead says they grow tomatoes. Ha ha ha.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Some very special tomatoes.
And then Homestead Aquarius is saying, I heard she has a Jess tattoo.
No! Do not start that rumor! But how cool was it that Emma Gardner popped in?
It's believable.
That was a very exciting thing. Because, I mean, he's commented on a couple of videos, but I don't think I've ever seen him in my live stream. There may have been one time. No, he's never been on my live stream. That was pretty exciting.
I've never noticed. Cool. No. Yeah, that was cool.
No, you know what it was? I was in Freedom Homestead's live, and he popped in and saw me in the chat and said hi. So I was like, cool. Yeah.
Okay, so, Homestead Aquarius is saying there's probably a restraining order coming soon.
Oh,
poor Dani.
Hey, not poor me. I got to meet the lady who inspired change in my life, and that's good.
Okay. I don't know why I have such a hard time saying Georgia Suburban Homestead. It's such a mouthful. She's asking if you want to hear something wackadoodle.
I always want to hear something wackadoodle. I heard so much wackadoodle crud this weekend. Like Rochelle, I was messaging her, and she's like, wow. So,
yeah. Okay, Fresh Start Homesteading wants to know what your chest tattoo is. No, Jess.
I do not have a Jess tattoo. I just have my blue rose tramp stamp.
Chest. No, it was not chest as in this region. It was Jess as in Jess from I can't even think of their channel right now. Sorry.
Roots and Refuge Farm.
Roots and Refuge, yeah. But there is no tattoo. I was just teasing her about it.
Nope, I just have my blue rose tattoo, my tramp stamp that I got when I was 18. I do need another tattoo, but it will not be that. It's probably going to be
you could get a Brampton Gardner. You could get a Brampton Gardner tattoo. You get the Google play button. YouTube.
I may get a tomato, maybe.
Get the YouTube play button.
I handed out a lot of stickers this weekend.
Good.
Yeah.
Where's mine? We need to do a swap.
I know. I need your address. You'll have to send it to me so I can send you up a sticker. And
Sure.
some of the stolen Vatican tomato seeds.
Oh yeah, and I have some tomato seeds for you. The chocolate Tasmanian for sure.
Yes, because I was gonna say I want to try growing dwarf tomatoes in my green stock next year, but
the tiny
the strawberries were so prolific with their runners that I don't have a single pocket left. It's just overflowing with strawberries, which is not a bad thing. I am not complaining.
Pull one out.
Or I could get another green stalk.
There's always that.
Well, I am putting together a media kit right now to see about being an affiliate for Greenstock and having my own, discount code Wicked to save $10.
I said no.
Thing going on.
It's underneath. You got to get it from there.
Oh goodness.
Go get it. It was buried under the blanket. He's trying to get it out. Okay, so the chat is they're chatting amongst themselves.
It's okay, they can do that.
They're having like Georgia area chit chat. Oh, Alabama. No, I don't know. I'm not paying attention.
I'm definitely gonna go to the Soil Family Expo next year with Black's Tropical Homestead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely doing that. Homesteaders of New England, I may actually be involved in some of the planning for it next year. I extended my offer to Jack from the Mindful Homestead. He said, hey, I'd love some help. So we'll see what happens there. I think I'm going to actually have a tent and be a vendor there next year.
Cool.
I'll what are you doing? Is it Dex?
No, my aunt just messaged. I gotta go. My aunt just messaged, and she's up in Alaska visiting my parents, and they want to FaceTime. So.
Oh, do that. Okay.
We've been trying to set it up all day, and we tried in the car briefly on our way back from Wonderland, and it was kind of sketchy.
Yep, go do that.
If you're still here, I'll pop back in later. But bye, everybody.
Okay, I should be here. I'm probably going to be here until I'm done driving. So.
Okay, no worries. Hopefully someone else will pop on up and keep you company. All right, bye.
All righty. So for all the new people who have joined the chat, if you feel like coming up on the channel and being part of the live stream and chit-chatting and all that, there is a link to the stream in the pinned comment at the top of the chat. So feel free to go ahead and just hit that button at any time. And when I get a chance and glance and see that the guest button has popped up, I'll let you in. It's time to switch from AC to not AC, and then pretty soon it's going to be the heat. New England, all 4 seasons in one day. I apparently am so far down and out on 84 that I still have not come to a place that I recognize, and I've been on this stream for almost an hour. Let's see. I mean, I should be getting close to Hartford, I would think. Let's see. What does this sign say? Watertown and Naugatuck. Well, those aren't near each other. So, So it must mean a highway that goes in both directions. Let's see. So, did my little HOA recap. Going to be an affiliate for 4 Jars. I'm working on my affiliate application for Greenstock and all that good stuff because, yeah, my Greenstock is full of strawberries now. So if I want to try growing tomatoes and things in it, I will need to get I'll need to get a new Greenstock. And my dad will roll his eyes but whatever. Let's see. I'm hoping that by the time I get home, my Easter egger will be laying, because so my friend Steph at Parsley Farms, Fresh Start Homestead may remember Steph, Stephanie Parsons, Parsley Farm. She was a grade ahead of us in high school. She has a property in Groveland, Massachusetts, and she's got turkeys and lots of chickens, and she was getting refreshing her flock this year. So she raised up a few extra chickens for me. So our Easter eggers are all from the same little group from, I don't know, probably Tractor Supply or something. And so they were all hatched around the 25th of April. And we've been waiting and waiting and waiting for them to start laying. And I believe she said last week that she started to see a couple of blue eggs. So that means her Easter eggers are laying, which means mine should be laying any day now. And I've been gone since Wednesday. So I'm hoping that when I get home, I'm going to see some blue eggs. And speckled Sussex, I've started threatening her. I've changed her name to Soup. Not really. Her name is still Sophia because, they're the Golden Girls. But I keep saying I'm gonna change her name to Soup if she doesn't start laying soon, because she's really she's freeloading. Yeah. So Brampton Gardner had to go because she's able to FaceTime with her mom and dad, which is great. And yeah, so I'm just going to be babbling at you guys, and you can chat amongst yourselves in the chat because I can't really read it. Let's see. Do I know where I am yet? I do not. All I know is I'm on 84 East, and I followed this all the way to 90, and 90 takes me to 95, and 95 takes me home. So it takes me in that general direction. Oh, I know that, let's see, Tony from Kettle Kitchen was in here earlier, and I'm going to be, oh, hey, we got somebody. Hold on. Hello.
Try to read this thing that came up, but
there we go. Hello.
Hey, it's me.
It's who? I can't read who it is.
This is the lady that no one can say the name of my channel.
Oh, hello.
Liz at Georgia Suburban.
Yes. Oh, hey, I got to stop and get gas soon. Whoops. You guys going to come with me to the gas station. Hello, and how are you?
I'm doing great. How's everyone here?
I'm obviously doing very well, but I am definitely getting on the tired end, which is kind of why I started the live stream. I figure if I can chat and talk to people, then it'll help me stay awake.
I can't get the camera to work.
Oh well. It's not like anybody can really see me anyway with all the headlights behind me, and then when I'm not in an area with all the street lights, and yeah. Although there's a lot of light here, so take that. Oh. I gotta pick everything out of the garden this week when I get back. Because let's see, we're gonna have a frost soon, and so that's gonna kill off everything anyway. So I want to get the tomatoes in before they have a frost. If we didn't have one already, like last night, because if Virginia was that cold, I can only imagine how cold it was up in Massachusetts. And yeah.
So, are you growing anything over winter, Dani?
I was going to plant some kale, and I was going to put it in a like a little hoop house and see how deep into winter I could grow it. But time with the 2 musicals that I was in and all of that, like everything got away from me, so I didn't get to start seeds for it, and it's a little late now. I mean, I know kale will come up and grow through a fruit, but they're not going to get a good enough foothold to for me to grow them now. So I'll just have to try that strategy again next year.
I'm sorry I had to bugger out on you. We use every bit of daylight we can get here, and
Yep,
it's real
yep.
hard for me to make people's lives if they're during the daylight.
No worries. I haven't been able to make any of your lives yet, so don't feel bad.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that, girlfriend.
Right? Well, now that I don't have musicals to do until January, I'm good now through Christmas. Then I'm auditioning for Next to Normal, and no promises.
Well, I've got a request for you then.
Yes,
Since you do musicals, that means you can sing.
I can.
Well, I want to see a video from you where you sing your way through your garden. How's that for a challenge?
We'll have to see. I don't know the rules around monetization and copyright claims of just me singing a song, because they say that you're allowed to do a cover and all of that, but when I did the cover video for like doing karaoke for Shed Wars, there was an immediate, like, YouTube automatically dinged it and said that I'm using, their, KT Tunstall's music, and so they share the revenue with the songwriter or the copyright holder of the song, anyway.
So do original lyrics and tunes, just improv.
Oh God, I'm not a songwriter at all. I just sing other people's genius.
Oh, I see.
All right.
Well, I can't sing. I was told in church choir growing up to just lip sync.
Oh, I hate that. If you like to sing, you should sing, and forget anybody else who tells you can't.
I had a parrot that used to ride around on my shoulder while I did housework, and I would sing to myself until one day the parrot started mimicking my singing, and I saw why I was asked to lip sync. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, I was a quiet kid, and then I opened my mouth to sing for like a 5th grade graduation thing. They said, put your hands up if you want to try for the solo. And like, I put my hand up at like dead last. This kid, Jason Shalafor, still had, things hadn't dropped yet. So he still had this like pretty little high boy voice. And he was pretty sure he had it locked up, but then I just shyly kind of put my hand up and I sang it and I got it, and he was mad at me for 4 years.
No way.
Yep. And the music teacher, like, the jaw dropped because I never say anything.
Well, they say Carly Simon had a really bad stutter, and until she opened her mouth to sing.
Yeah, a lot of actors, singers, comedians, like they've had speech issues, and somehow, working on their routines for stage, helps them overcome that. So
I think that's amazing.
Yeah, one of these days, I mean, I've done a little bit of singing here and there in my lives, but it's not going to be tonight because my voice, I've been talking and talking and talking and talking all weekend. I don't know if you can hear it. It's already strained. I think if I went to sing now, I'd probably croak. Oh, okay. I'm in Southington, Connecticut right now. Yay. I know where I am.
So was it
That's
worth the
great.
trip?
I used to live near here. It was very worth the trip. I had a lot of fun. I haven't been able to camp in years, so even that was fun. Yeah, I can't wait to go next year. I will definitely be going next year.
As a participant, you mean?
I mean, I wouldn't be going as a vendor there. I'm just not. I don't have stuff. And I wouldn't be a speaker. I'm not. You know, I'm not ready for that or anything like that. To put myself out there as a speaker for any of that. Maybe in a few years. But yeah, so I would go as just an attendee again. It was very fun. The whole social aspect of it, like getting to meet Black's Tropical Homestead and Mennonite Farmhouse in person, and I made some connections with a bunch of other channels that were just really fun, small channels like Full Circle Homestead and Beehive Homestead and Five Dog Farm, Grow Build. Oh shoot, what is their channel? Oh, Grow Build Raise. Yeah, just lots of little channels that I got to meet and connect with.
That's cool.
It was very cool.
I noticed I missed M.I. Gardner. He left right as I got here.
Yep, I was very excited to see that. And he's like, if I didn't have a newborn, I would pop up on your live and we could chat. He goes, but I got a newborn that I got to go get to bed. But he did pop in to say hello.
That's so cool.
It was very cool. So I've gotten to chat with Jess from Rooster Refuge and Luke from M.I. Gardner in the same 24-hour period. So I'm feeling pretty excited about that.
So has Black's announced their details for the spring meetup, and can you sign up yet?
Not yet, but I don't think they have. I don't know. That's one of the three events that I'm going to go to next year. Because I don't want to spend the money to go to like the big Kentucky meetups and things like that. It's too much, but I will go down to the Soil Family Expo. I will go to Homesteaders of New England because that's so close to me. And there I may try to be a vendor. I'll just, I'll in midsummer, I'll start a bunch of fall plants like kales and lettuces and spinach and things like that. And I'll sell some fall plant starts. I think that's going to be my plan, is to go to the Homesteaders of New England as a vendor next year.
Well, the Black's meetup was our first and only meetup so far.
Yeah.
And it was definitely worth it.
Yeah, when I went to Homesteaders of New England this year, it was the very first year for that gathering too, because the Mindful Homestead really wanted to do something like HOA, but more regional and closer to home. So it had, some New England vendors like Blue Seal Foods and, or Blue Seal Feed. And although Murray McMurray did come up, they were the flagship sponsor. So Murray McMurray Hatchery was up there. And they were, Tom was there at HOA as well, obviously. But
so what is your favorite thing that you did this weekend?
I met Jess. The whole trip was worth it just for that. But a very close second was getting to hang out with Sherry and Bobby like the whole weekend. It was like they're obviously they're not anything but themselves on their live streams and all of that. So they're exactly in person who they are, on their videos. And Bobby was extremely huggable. Like, I had to hug that man twice. He's got those big muscly arms that like could break you. And they're just hug machines. So this one time I was on the ground and I was about to get up, and Sherry goes, do you need some help? Do you need a lift? And I said, yeah. And I put my hand up to her. She goes, not me, him. And Bobby had put his arm down, so I just grabbed onto his arm, and I was just going to use it to steady myself and pull myself up. But he just put his arm up in the air, and whoop, I went right up onto my feet.
Yeah, he is full of muscles.
He is. Sherry says he's always breaking things because he doesn't know his own strength.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed them.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And Leanne, Mennonite Farmhouse, I got to hang out with her, and it was just so nice. Those are some of my favorite people, and I'm very excited that I got to see them in person.
I would have enjoyed Leanne too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And again, she's exactly who she is in her videos and lives and all of that. So, I mean, that's the thing. For the most part, I found everybody to be very genuine and they were. The only one who it kind of is and isn't, it was Doug from Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. I mean, a very nice guy, very funny. But you could tell he was like in character mode. So, yeah. It was his birthday, though, when we all sang happy birthday to him.
That's cool.
In Black's Tropical Homestead, just like he said, oh, it's my birthday. And Sherry's like, well, then we got to sing happy birthday. And so the three of us started singing happy birthday, and then everybody else joined in. And yeah, it was fun. So
how many hours are you from home, Dani?
At this point, let's take a look at my GPS. 2 hours and 7 minutes.
Oh, you're making good time.
Yeah, I mean, not bad. I mean, it's about a 9-hour drive, but I made a few short stops because you gotta pee every once in a while. So I made a few short stops, but I've been on the road from Fort Royal since a little before 11:30 this morning. I did the drive down into in like two flats. I left work at 5, went home, packed up some stuff, and then left home at about 8 o'clock, drove till almost 1 a.m., found a hotel in Jersey, stayed there, and then went and then made the rest of the drive down to Virginia. So it was a lot of traffic. But the drive home, I have to do it all in one because I have to work at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Oh, you're going to be wiped out, girl.
Yeah, and especially where it's a school holiday, so the 9-year-old will be home. And yeah. Aw, I'm just about to where I used to live in Connecticut. I used to live just outside of Hartford in Newington, Connecticut.
You mean Hartford?
Just about there. Nah, Hartford. My mother taught me to pronounce my R's. I spent this whole weekend, saying, my channel is Wicked Awesome Gardening. Or and they're like, oh, if you from Boston? And I'm like, okay, I'll say it in my native Bostonian. My channel name is Wicked Awesome Gardening Kid.
Yeah.
And that always got a good laugh because you got to add the kid. Not kid, kid.
Well, that's what got me talking to you, is Wicked Awesome.
Yep.
Hey, you remember? Are you from Boston? Yeah.
Yep. And a lot of people say that. They're like, Wicked Awesome. You must be from Boston.
Yeah, well, I grew up in Sudbury.
Yep. That's right. You're a Yankee. We're a Yankee.
I'm a
Hard,
damn
yeah.
Yankee. I moved south and stayed.
Oh. Yeah. Hey, anybody else that's in chat, if you guys want to pop up, feel free, because I'm just hanging here. But I just glanced down at the chat, buddy girl. Kirsten there with Ted. Oh, I can never get the temperature right in the car. It's either too hot or too cold. So I'm constantly adjusting the thermostat here. It's like, what the heck? Oh, it was cold last night. Oddly enough, though, I mean, it was nice and toasty warm in my little nest of blankets, though. So not even my nose felt cold, despite the fact that it was 36 degrees. So my cold weather camping setup worked. It was designed to work inside in my SUV that would have been warmer and a little more insulated, but, you know, it worked out. I'm going to pull off for gas in a minute here.
I gotta go cook.
Yeah.
My
you can feel free to do that. Hey, it's Leanne.
My wacky doodle comment was we work until the sun goes down, then we're too tired to cook, and we've got all this produce that we grew to choose from, and what do? We run to McDonald's. So.
Oh, yep, I feel that. I'm starting to feel like I need dinner soon, and McDonald's might be what I do because I don't want to stop and get out and just be, you know. But there's Leanne! Mennonite Farmhouse is here. Hey, Leanne, if you want to come up, I have the link to the stream pinned to the top of chat. So feel free. While I'm driving home, I've been having people pop up and manage chat for me and tell me what people are saying because I can't look.
Oh, was I supposed to be doing that?
Oh, Doc, you don't have to. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You got to go cook.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. I took fish down.
What?
I took down fish.
Oh, okay. Ah.
My least favorite things.
I'm not a fish person.
Generally so garden to table with Heather Lynn says hello.
Hey, where have you been, lady? Then again, I haven't had live streams in a while, so you know, this weekend has been an anomaly. They're going to be coming back, regular live streams coming back soon. All right, looks like I'm going to pull off in Newington, which is where I used to live, and get myself some gas.
You've gained a couple of watchers, but they're not talking, so I don't know who they are.
I don't know. I don't know. What is this person in front of me doing? Changing lanes without looking or signaling.
Don't you love it?
Okay, at least they were getting out of my way, but they were getting into somebody else's way. And that's not good.
You can always do the New England, what's the story here?
Here it would be more like profanity.
Oh, that
works. We got someone else coming up. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I have to check out my lighting.
Yeah, well, check out my lighting.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'll make sure mine's sharp for your sake. Yeah, it was a shame.
Hello.
I wanted to do a live at HOA or on the way home and no reception. Just to just give my thoughts of what I thought about the conference and all that.
Hey, feel free to share them here if you want. We were talking about, I've pretty much exhausted mine.
Like how not to delete things until you get home.
Oh my God. I was trying to delete an upcoming stream that I decided not to do. and I hit the wrong button and deleted the whole thing. And
There you are.
I am very sad. Yeah,
I'm
there I am
sure.
for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, because I went to look for that live today to watch it. I'm like,
Yeah,
where is it? I'm like,
I'm so sad. I've sent 3 emails to YouTube and they have not responded at all as far as trying to get that stream back.
I'm sure. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I don't know if that's possible.
Probably gone forever, which makes me very sad. Because not only did it have the moment that I first met Jess on it, but it had when you popped up behind me in line, and that was just really funny. And like the first time I met Leanne in person, like moments, and I'm very sad. All right, which way here? I don't remember. Which
Leanne,
way
you're
to go
one of the
here
people I want to meet.
gas?
Aww. I don't even know who's on screen with you.
Oh, that is our Georgia suburban homestead.
Wow, you can say it.
I can.
Well, nice to meet you.
Wait a minute.
Good to meet
If
you too.
that's
Leanne's saying,
Target,
well,
I
who
need
the
to
heck is
go
that?
That way.
Well, I'm
Okay,
sorry,
I gotta go this way.
there's just this weird icon on the screen, so I was like clueless.
Well, I couldn't figure out how to get my camera to turn on. It kept telling me device not found. So
It was doing that with my iPad, and that's why I haven't jumped up on a lot of people's lives lately, because I like to do it on my iPad, not my phone.
All right,
well, I knew Dani needed help, so I just went ahead and hit the button,
Yay. With 1 mile to go, I have reached a gas station.
Yay! All right, Biden.
I love your cat's names.
Well,
like, how did I not know your cat's names before?
Well, Pelosi's still
Fluffy Kitty Butt.
Pelosi's still outside.
She is.
And we're supposed to have below 30-degree weather tonight.
No,
oh, baby.
I'm really upset about it. In fact, I'm supposed to be editing a video, and I can't concentrate.
Yeah. Oh. I remember when my Ginny girl was out and she was missing for 2 days, and I was really sad. And then I found she was just under my porch the whole time. All right, I'm gonna step out for 2 seconds. Chat amongst yourself. I'm gonna get some gas.
I got control of your stream now.
You do. I'm gonna get gas before I run out of gas on my.
We'll take care of yourself. We'll take care of the stream.
Yeah. I got the window open. I can still hear you.
Oh no, that doesn't make it any fun.
We can't talk about you while you're gone.
Well, meeting Dani in person was a treat for me. I should say that. How's that? Yeah. And when I saw her, I was like, oh, let me go say hi to her. Then she's like talking to herself, and I realized, oh, it's because she's trying to do a filming. And I didn't realize she was live. So, I probably embarrassed myself. Like, Biden's embarrassing me right now. Come on, Biden. They don't want to see yourself. Especially since
she's a pretty kitty.
Oh, it's a he. It's Biden.
Well, he's a pretty kitty.
Thank you. Biden, you're a pain in my butt.
Well, that's what cats are for.
Yes. I think he misses his sister.
What happened to his sister?
The door, right when we got back from HOA, the front door was not properly shut, and we had high winds, and all 3 of them got out. All 3 of my cats.
Yeah.
And so Kitty, he decided he went back in like not even a half hour after he was outside. Then Biden in the middle of the night decided he wanted back in the same night. And what was funny, I had Cassandra from Becoming a Farm Girl here staying the night, and neither cat knew that she was here until she got up at 5 a.m. And poor Kitty, he had a heart attack. He got into his crawl space underneath the back steps faster than you know what. And I have a heavy bookcase right there trying to block the door. and he pushed it over. I don't know how, because it's a heavy bookcase. All right, Biden. These people do not want you. Huh? Is that better? Do you want attention? We know you want attention. So yeah. And Pussy's the one that doesn't have any hair on her. I mean, she doesn't have a really heavy coat.
Hello.
So how many more miles do you have?
Let's take a look. 127.
Oh wow! So you're almost halfway home, right?
Oh, I'm way more than halfway. I've been on the road since 11:30.
Oh my!
Yep, I got to do this one all in one shot because I got to work at 8 a.m. So I should be home by 10. Because right now I'm just outside of Hartford, Connecticut.
Oh.
Let's see. Yeah, just outside of Hartford, Connecticut, and I am 2 hours and 4 minutes. So I should be home by 10.
Oh, Dani, you missed my story of how Kitty met Cassandra at 5 a.m. on Saturday morning.
Oh.
Let's just say he's never seen a color person before.
No way. Really? My God. Wow.
He was, and he's normally scared of people he don't know, but he was really scared.
Oh my goodness.
Cassandra's like, I think I just met Pelosi. I'm like, no, you didn't, because she's not even in the house. You met Kitty.
Oh man. Well, okay, so when my kids were little, like 2 and 4, we had lived in Vermont for a couple of years, and it was very white. Like there were 2 black kids in the school system.
Mm-hmm.
They were the only non-white kids, and they were brother and sister. Okay, it was that white. So, I used to work at this mall right there. My ex-husband used to work at that Chili's. But yeah, so we moved back down to Beverly, and I was on a bus once taking them to the mall, and Samantha was 4. And while we're on the bus, it stops and a few people get on, and one of them is a very tall, very large, very dark black woman. And my 4-year-old is just staring at her with her mouth hanging open.
Uh-oh.
And the woman kind of like gives her a side eye for a couple of minutes and then finally goes, "Hi." And Samantha's like, "Hi." And then she goes, "Why are you brown?"
Oh.
And I'm dying because her eyes just went up and she's looking and looking at the kid and looking at me and looking at the kid and looking at me. And I'm just like, oh God. And then she just starts laughing and she goes, "Honey, that's because God loves me better than most." Yeah. So I'm like, oh good, she's not going to murder me for having like this child who's never seen a black person. Oh man. Yeah. And Samantha just goes, "Well, that's nice." Oh man.
I guess you'll never forget that moment.
I will never, ever, ever forget that moment ever in my life.
Yeah, God.
Oh,
what's wrong?
I just realized that I did not know where I was exactly because I forgot where the turn onto the highway was. Oops.
It wouldn't be the first time.
It's that they changed it. They changed it. They made a thing that goes off to the side and goes around to go to the highway instead of a turning lane to the left. So now you go to the right and go around. So I knew where I was supposed to go. It just doesn't go that way anymore. So I got to go up and turn around. That's okay.
Yeah, we were a lot late yesterday for that $1,000 giveaway because Cassandra made a wrong turn.
Oops. Oops.
We just said to ourselves, it wasn't meant to be. We didn't desperately needed that $1,000. Somebody probably must have needed it worse than we did.
Well, I won a prize from 4 Jars.
Oh, did you?
For having come the furthest, at least of the people who were in attendance at that moment when they were given the, pulling the raffle.
Oh, you think?
And I gave my prize to the second furthest person because they already gave me a swag bag with the whole affiliate thing.
Oh.
So, yeah. Okay. Now I'm turning around and I'm going the right way.
Yeah, I didn't even
just
enter
went
that.
further down that street, that would be where I live. Anyway.
Well, this is interesting. I
What?
look away for 2 seconds and my iMovie's totally different.
Interesting. I am very frustrated because I use KineMaster to edit my videos and I love it. It is very functional. I know how to use it. I know how to do the things. And it was only $29.99 per year.
Uh-huh.
For the pro version. And I'm like, all right, that's great. I'm willing to spend that. Well, they've raised their price, and if they had raised it to $49 a year or whatever, but they raised it to $129 a year.
Whoa!
I'm like, you just raised it by 400%.
Who is this?
KineMaster.
I never heard of it.
Me either.
A lot of people use it for their editing. And I love it. It's so functional. And I'm like, I really do not want to pay that. So now I have until sometime in January is when my subscription runs out. So I have until then to figure out what to use. I don't have an iPhone. I don't have Apple, so I don't have iMovie. I got to find out what else I can use to edit everything from my phone. Because that's what I shoot
I
with.
use a desk computer, so I'm not really good with technology, so I'm absolutely no help at all.
Yeah, well, that's why I use my phone, because I'm good with phones. If I got to go through transferring files to a laptop or a desktop and doing computers, then I will never get a video up.
Well, I'm the same way. If I have to use my phone, I only use my phone to take pictures, text, and call.
Yep. Yeah.
No banking, nada on my phone.
Yeah. I am kind of disappointed in the video that I shot with Jess because I was using my new mic and the sound quality is horrible. So I'm going to have to go playing with the volumes of various sections, and it does filter out all the background noise, but unless you're looking straight at the mic, it doesn't pick it up as well. And so where we're talking back and forth to each other, every time we turn our head, the sound goes dips. So
Dani,
I'm going to have to play with that.
Dani?
Yeah.
We'll forgive you.
I know, but it just doesn't come out as, I've clicked off videos for bad sound.
50% of your video quality is your audio.
Yes. And it's not because the sound, this is unprofessional. It's just this is annoying. It's bothering me to listen to it. I can't, and so I'll click off. And this was objectively bad. And I noticed when I played back my live stream with Full Circle Homestead earlier today, because we filmed a little bit before we left, and that sound quality also was not great. So I think I'm just going to go back to using my phone's actual microphone and just dealing with the traffic noise in the back or whatever. Because it only filters it out so much. And the tinny, odd sound quality. Like, you'll hear it tomorrow when I post the video. So when I get home, I'm going to jump in the tub for a nice hot bath.
Well, don't fall asleep in the bath.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay, so Leanne, it went down to 36 degrees last night, and I was sleeping in a tent.
I thought about you.
4:30. Huh?
I thought about you because it was 29 here.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. So
we had our
I
first
got out of
frost.
bed and well, so did Virginia because I got out of bed in the morning and to go to the bathroom, and I came back to my tent. When I went to unzip it, I realized that the outside of the tent had a thin sheet of ice on it. So, yikes. Yeah, although my cold weather camping setup worked just fine because I was nice and cozy. Not even my nose was cold. So I will take that.
Hey, you know you still have the StreamYard comment on the screen.
Did it just kick me off my Bluetooth? Hold on.
I can hear you.
Just went bye-bye. Somebody called me and it messed up my settings. Let's see. Audio. Microphone. Let's see if I can. Okay, can I hear you guys better now?
I don't know, can you?
Yes, that is way better. Okay, there we go.
Well, that's good.
Alrighty. Oh, yeah, so I listened to music and stuff like that for a while on my drive, and then once I got to 84, I was like, okay, from here, I know how to get home. So it's like in like New York State. Like from here, I just follow 84 all the way to 90 and then 90 to 95, and that takes me home. So I'm like, okay, now I can pull over and I can do a live stream and chat with people because I don't have to worry about, you know, taking a wrong turn with the GPS or whatever. I don't have to worry about looking at it, missing it, and getting distracted. So, woo.
I hope we're helping you stay alert.
Yeah, really.
Definitely. It is definitely helping to be able to just be chatting. Leanne, you missed it a little while ago. M.I. Gardner popped into my chat.
No way.
Yes way.
Wow.
Yes way.
See, you're meeting all the big kahunas.
Well, I went out there.
I know.
Yeah.
You got to meet Luke. Now you're meeting Jess, and you know.
Yeah, she won't have time for us.
And always I will have time for you guys. Always, always, always.
I don't know. I haven't seen too many people at my lives. I was kind of disappointed.
I know. I had Tech Week. I had to go beat Carrie and be a crazy religious mother and beat her, and then stab her. So. I remember reading the script. I mean, I knew what happened because I'd read the book as a kid, but, you know, Carrie in our group chat for the cast is like, hey, it was great meeting you all at our first rehearsal the other day. I'm really sorry that I have to kill you all. And then I'm like, yeah, well, you know, Gina, I'm sorry I have to kill you too. And she goes, that's okay, Mom. You did what you had to do. That I gotta say, that's gonna be our best production to date. It was excellent. We had an actual Broadway actress in the audience. She played Maureen on Broadway in Rent for 2 years. She was a Vita in the European World Tour, and she came up to us all afterwards and was like, that was excellent. This is about as close to a professional level production as I've ever seen in community theater.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
that was from her, who knows what she's like, I've been back in Massachusetts for 5 years, and that's the best community theater production I've seen so far.
Well, as we say in
So-
New England, cool beans.
It was definitely cool beans. Oh
I
my
say
goodness.
cool beans.
We say cool beans.
love-
You don't say cool beans?
No, I said we do that too, but that was like from the 90s.
Okay, go
Yes.
ahead and make me
Yep.
feel old.
Well, that was me in the 90s too, saying cool beans. My
Cool
friends and I would
beans,
just go,
man.
cool beans. Yep.
So are you Dani and I's
Hey,
age?
look, we're all old.
You can say you're old. I'm younger than you.
Alrighty then.
Are you?
Aren't you 45?
No, I'm 41.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
But no, we're all north of 40.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I just
I
turned
would-
I just turned 62.
This is true.
So Dani's the
Oh.
youngest.
I'm the old
I'm the
lady here, I
baby.
guess.
That's okay. I feel like the old lady all the time in my theater group because I'm 40 and most of the girls and guys are in their 20s. So, but it does mean that I generally get any of the older female parts. So I'll take that. Playing Carrie's mother was my first dramatic role, the biggest and most vocally challenging role I've ever done, and it felt really good. I made people hate me, and then I made them cry for me. So I feel like I did a good job.
Yeah, when you get that kind of reaction.
Yep.
Excellent.
The very last show, so Carrie's covered in blood, and I have to like hug her and rub her back and rub her hair. So my hands are all covered in fake blood while I'm doing this, and I'm just like looking at my hand like horrified, and then putting it back down and rubbing her hair, and trying to make her feel all safe and secure. And then I'm singing her a lullaby about how Mama's here and loves you, and just sleep because Mama will make everything all right. And then I pull out the knife, and the audience audibly gasped. And I'm like, wasn't it foreshadowing enough when before I sang the sad song about who's gonna love me when I'm all by myself again, and then I pull out a knife and look at it all sad? Like, you didn't see where that was going? And then I stab her in the kidney and she dies. But while she's dying and bleeding out, she then uses her telekinetic powers and stops my heart, and I die on stage. So it was such a good and fun show, and I'm going off on a tangent, but
No, you're talking. You're entertaining
Yeah.
and engaging.
this is true. I'm awake and I'm driving for hour number 8.
I think the most I've ever driven is 3 hours at the same time.
Well, I've done the trip to New York, and that's about 4 to 5 hours depending on traffic. But this is definitely the biggest drive that I have ever done on my own in one fell swoop.
Gosh,
So
when I was working, I'm a retired journalist, man. I drove all over the country. It was it takes a lot out of you.
Yeah, I'm thinking next year I'm going to fly. But at the same time, I don't know, maybe I will drive again because I want to camp out again, and I don't want to have to haul camping gear on a plane, So
Yeah, that'd be
I don't know.
interesting.
Well, I mean, as long as I have my tent. Well, no, it's still a lot. Looking at my back seat is very full because I have multiple blankets and pillows, and I don't want to haul all that on a plane. So I'll probably drive again.
Yeah, it costs a fortune to take that on a plane.
Yeah, the baggage fees alone. Ugh. I mean, I did have to fill my gas tank 4 times for this trip, but
What kind of car are you driving?
I have a 2011 Honda CRV. So I mean, it's not bad. I reset my trip odometer and gas mileage meter when I left Virginia, and I'm averaging about 29 to the gallon for the trip back. So not bad. It could be worse.
My Jeep gets 22 miles per gallon, I think.
Yeah, I had a Ford Escape before this, and it got 18 city, 22 highway. Ugh. So
My
yeah,
Equinox got
I try
20.
to drive it smart.
Yeah, I think my Equinox got 2. I mean 22.
Yeah. Yeah, so next year I'll go to 3 gatherings. I'm going to go to the Homesteaders of New England, which that would be too far for you, Leanne, because I was going to say you should come up for that because we get people from Pennsylvania there, but
I'm on the other side of Pennsylvania.
yeah. Because even from where I crossed into, so the route that I took back went from Front Royal through West Virginia, through Maryland, and then into Pennsylvania.
So you went right by my house.
It was 81.
Huh? 81?
Oh, so, yeah.
You were
I was
on
going
81?
straight up 81 towards Harrisburg.
So you went past my parents' house because they are right beside 81. You would have seen their farm.
I was looking at all the farms, so I bet you I did.
Mm-hmm.
There's this beautiful farm full of jerseys.
That would have been it. Nope, that would have been it. No, when you passed exit 29 in Pennsylvania on 81, then you would have seen my parents' farm.
Okay.
On the
I probably did
side.
see it because I was looking at all the farms while I was driving and going,
so you went past
I
my
want to
hometown.
live here.
You went past my hometown.
Aww.
My stomping ground. That's where you.
It is gorgeous out there.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure with all the trees that are changing colors. Because when Cassandra brought me back, she's just like, "Look at this view."
Yeah, it's funny. Like I was watching like fall in reverse on the way down, and then on the way up, I'm watching fall accelerate. Because right now it's almost peak leaf season back home. Like that second week of October is really when it's at the best. Second to third week.
We're not having much of a seasonal change here. The drought is so bad here in Georgia. No. Everything's just crispy and crumbly, and it's just not been a good gardening year.
Yeah, it wasn't great up here either. So I got a ton of zucchini, so much zucchini that we couldn't keep up with eating it, and I was giving whole zucchinis to the chickens that were going to go bad. So, but
I grew Tromboncini. I grew Tromboncini for the first time.
How was that?
It's interesting. It's about the only thing that survives the vine borers here. I've never seen anything like the pest stress here. We lived in Alabama for a while, and that we're able to grow just about everything you can imagine. But here in the part of Georgia we're in, I couldn't get anything. I can't get anything to survive the bug pressure, and we don't like using any type of chemicals.
Me either.
So neem wasn't doing it. Insecticidal soap wasn't doing it. So we tried the tromboncini, and it definitely looks like something you could use for self-defense. The other day, I chopped it up, I skinned it, chopped it up, and stir fried it with honey fermented cranberries.
Ooh, that's
And
interesting.
when I served it, it tasted. My husband looks at me and he goes, "Is this apples?" And I said, "No, it's the tromboncini squash." And he goes, "This tastes like apple pie," and it sure enough did.
Well,
It's
you
just
can make a mock apple pie with zucchini.
right. Well, I found it with found that out by accident with the tromboncini. So,
Nice.
but one squash feeds us. It's just the two of us. One squash feeds us for more than a week.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had one tomato that did exceptionally well with the heat and droughts that we had. And I know our heat wasn't as bad as a lot of the country, but for Massachusetts, having it be 90 to 100 degrees for 8 weeks straight
Oh, that's unheard of.
I was like, what in the world? And no rain. We were in severe drought conditions.
Yeah, that's consequences. We're past the tipping point. Not to bring up depression things, but
that's why. So I've been doing a lot of research on climate havens, and the place to be in like 30 years is the Rust Belt, Pennsylvania, New York. Yep. So my thoughts on where to move have changed back to where I was originally looking, which would be like upstate New York, maybe into Pennsylvania.
Oh, you're not coming this way anymore?
I mean, I know somebody who needs 6 acres farms, so.
And I won't tell you how much rain we got. Make you cry.
Yeah, you did get a lot of rain, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
It's weird that it never made it up here. I mean, not until September. In September, we started getting lots of rain.
Yeah, just the week of Labor Day, I think we got like 4 inches in like 2 days. It was absurd.
Yes.
Well, send some down here.
You can have some.
We didn't even have any moisture from the hurricane that went by us.
I was going to say, didn't Ian like dump water on you guys? But no, huh?
No.
That's a shame.
Sherry and Bobby got it probably.
Yeah, my friends were in Cape Coral, and they got wiped out.
Oh no!
They thankfully had the sense to get out. They didn't stay, but they lost their house, everything in it. So they basically have them and the dogs, and I feel so bad.
Yeah, that's why we left. That's why we left Fort Lauderdale. Was one year we had 5 storms in a row, and we decided it was not the place when we get feeble to be, you know?
Yeah.
In Georgia, I mean, we were really shocked when we moved here that people actually will let you pull out of a parking lot into traffic. I'm like, oh, this is going to be nice. Yeah.
What's that like? That doesn't happen in Massachusetts.
You know, politeness, really?
Yeah. I mean, they call us massholes for a reason.
Well, I don't know. Of course, I haven't lived there since the 70s, but
that's true.
Is it really that
bad?
No,
I mean, it's not that. It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
I mean, my mom used to call it Taxachusetts.
Oh, it's still Taxachusetts for sure.
Yeah. Well,
I will agree with that.
I would feel absolutely great here if it weren't for the politics. So,
well, I mean, at least you're there being a voice of reason with your votes. And hopefully
I don't know. Well, you see a sign of me that everyone else doesn't because you're on my friends page, right? But
yes, I do.
So you can tell when I've had a bad day.
can I tell you, the only downside of HOA is there was a lot of QAnon talk that I heard in my campsite.
Oh my goodness.
Not from the lovely people that I had on my live this morning, but there were some, and none of the channels that I've mentioned, they were people that I don't know. I believe they do have a YouTube, but I don't know what it is. So I can't out them. But I was listening to some crazy conversation stuff this morning, like the 5G towers, and yeah, and I'm like, and then he goes, and if any liberal were hearing this, they'd be like arguing me down, and I'm just sitting there eating my oatmeal, going, yep, I'm like, no, I've learned not to make these arguments because they are convinced of what they are convinced of, and I have seen the things that I have seen, and we can just agree to disagree and go along. And
Well,
I
that
don't
could be
need to open
dangerous. So
my
yeah, don't.
I don't need to open my
fate.
yap and well, he did seem to be one of those really aggressive types, and I'm like, no, I'm not even going to get into it.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I'm going to tell you something. When I was working in the news industry, I was considered a conservative.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a Democrat. I mean,
I'm not either. I'm an
registered-
independent, but you've seen my political
Yeah.
commentary, whereas I don't share that publicly, really. And so when you just said we liberals, I just started cracking up because in the newsroom I was the pariah. I was always the one with the more
I can
conservative
see a lot
comments.
of both sides. I don't want to get too far into the politics stuff, but like there was some like very, I don't know, when you start getting like really aggressive with your commentary of what we need to do to fix said problems, I'm like, I'm gonna go over there. And so I had to do a lot of that this weekend.
I'm so sorry.
I will say like 99% of the people there were just all like-minded people who wanted to be self-sufficient and, try to get as debt-free as they can and, be self-reliant and grow their skills and grow their food. And maybe some of us had different reasons for it, but in all this, it all kind of comes down to the same thing of, we want clean food that we know where it came from and we know what went into it, and for better health of our bodies and better health hopefully of our pocketbooks. And
it tastes better too.
And what?
It tastes better too.
It really does. Hey, so I don't know whose channel this is going to be on. Either Jack at the Mindful Homestead or Morgan Gold from Gold Shop Farms. Jack was handling the camera, but Morgan had his little table set up, and he brought some farm fresh eggs from his farm, and he went to Walmart and got some Walmart eggs, and he scrambled them up and put on like those blacked out goggles and had you do a taste test. And I could tell the difference.
Well, yeah, it's
and I picked the farm fresh eggs, but you know who lost and didn't? Justin Rose. Yep. So yeah,
I'm not going to say anything because I've only watched one of his videos ever.
I've watched a few, and I mean I am an Abundance Plus member, but only because I wanted to watch Wilder Still. And then now that season is over, I'm going to cancel. And it's not that I don't think that there's other worthwhile content on there. There's just not enough worthwhile content to keep paying for the subscription.
But isn't that why you were able to meet Jess?
Okay, if you only get an invite to that party if you buy a lifetime membership to Wilder Still,
No, I'm
and
saying
that
about
is
how
$1,200.
you. I was talking about how you got to stand in that line to meet them.
Yes, that's why she was there, was as a member of Abundance Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody could stand in that line that was there at HOA.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you didn't have to be an Abundance Plus subscriber.
But then again, I wasn't really crazy to meet people that I barely even know.
Right. Yeah, I didn't even say hi to Justin Rhodes. I walked right past him and was like, Jess! And then Rebecca saw that I was filming, and she's like, are you live? And I'm like, I am live. And she's like, oh, wow. Hi, everybody. She goes, you are brave. And so Rebecca Rose, everybody.
I don't know why. I just assumed you were just filming, and that's why I just patiently waited. I'm like, wait a minute. She's probably live. Then my phone just started blowing up. I'm like, oh, no. I'm live.
That was great,
wow.
though.
I caught a little bit of your live. Again, if the sun's out, we're out in the yard, in the garden.
Yep. Right.
So I apologize for that, but
no, don't worry about it. Everybody got to do what they got to do.
But we're trying to get this chicken house built before the cold weather comes.
It's already here.
No, not here. It isn't. Tonight is, let's see, it's 63 right now, and it's going down. It's going down to 45. But it's going down in the low 30s. I mean, the low 40s on Thursday and Friday, and then into the 30s on the 17th. So nice. I've got to get the new pen, which I haven't broadcast yet. When I do, it'll probably be a longer video because it's going to take us from the beginning to completion. So I probably will lose a lot of viewers going through. It'll probably be pretty boring, but anyway, we actually built it's like a shed that you can get at Home Depot, but we built it from scratch. And nice. It's mostly upcycled, reused materials, which is something I'd like to encourage people to do instead of, buying prefab. Use what you have.
That's how my shed for the garden got built. It's upcycled from our tenant house. They had these plywood storage sheds, and when they moved, we just took them and used them for flooring and siding inside walls for our garden shed.
That's cool. And then I painted it, and everything looks new with a new coat of paint. It's
Yep. I want to paint what you can.
I want to know if you're sharing any of your yummy Mennonite recipes with the world.
I am on my channel.
That's her whole channel.
When I've gone and looked, there haven't been. It was I'm gonna have to go look at more videos then, aren't I?
Mm-hmm. Because a few weeks ago I started figuring out how to put them on recipe cards and have you just be able to print them out. You click on the link and you get print the recipe card.
How cool is that?
I think it's priceless just because I don't even have to have a website to do it.
So what do you have coming up that's ooey gooey?
Ooey gooey? Oh,
yeah.
My second Croctober video. It is a slow cooker Hershey's chocolate cake with a pecan pie topping.
Oh my goodness.
Yummers.
Yeah.
I just went into a diabetic coma.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to film it, and I was gonna just keep it for the fellowship meal because I've taken the fellowship meal and it doesn't come home. So if I make it for the fellowship meal, we can't do a taste test beforehand, right?
Right.
But yeah, I've taken it to fellowship meal and it doesn't come home.
It's not only in video if we don't get your husband with his taste test at the end.
I know, and that's what I keep telling him. But I told him that at church today because I was like, don't we have another fellowship meal in 2 weeks? And my second Croctober video is due out the day of the fellowship meal. And the bishop's wife's like, well, you can film it 2 days beforehand. I'm like, what about the taste test? Can't film that at church. That'll be embarrassing to begin with. Hey, everybody, just dig in. Yeah, right.
Oh.
I see everybody dodging that one.
It's like, no! Well, that's why it's so hard for me to film at home now. Because there's been so many times where I'll be like, I have to, oh, there's a bump. All these times where I'm like, I have time to go film something right now. But then I go outside, and within 5 seconds, my dad comes out poking his nose in because he cannot. But he doesn't want to be on film, and it's awkward trying to film a video in front of him.
I hear you. I can't do that in front of my husband.
Yeah, it's awkward.
Even
so
if
I haven't
he's asleep
put out
in the
as nearly
room.
the videos this year than I did last year. So, yeah.
Okay, so what am I going to do with this fish?
What kind of fish is it again?
I think it's flounder that I have.
Ooh, bread it and fillet it. Yeah. Bread it and just make fish fillets. Bake them. Or fry them.
You're so cute. You know that?
Aw, thank you.
Yes, you're so cute, Dani. There we go.
Hello, kitty.
Huh? All right. They don't want you to take
That's
their
the best
picture.
part. Yeah.
They don't want you to take their picture. Sorry. Huh?
You know, I'm needle felting things right now. This is the time of year where I switch over to crafts.
Oh,
nice.
I think that's something I wanted to learn.
Oh, it's wonderful therapy. You have a really sharp needle and a ball of fluff, and you begin stabbing and taking out all your frustration on that poor little ball of fluff. And then pretty soon the ball of fluff curls in pain into these tight little forms that then you put faces on and call it an animal of some kind. It's
Biden, your butt stinks. My husband was complaining about that this afternoon. He's like, what are you feeding him? I'm like, I didn't feed him anything different.
You didn't get to see, Leanne, you didn't get to see the blanket I was working on in my off time because I was always walking around. But so Luke was in here earlier, like I said, from my gardener, and he announced a couple of months ago that he was due with a baby in October.
Yeah.
So I said, oh well, I will make them a blanket because I make people baby blankets. So I was hoping to send it home with, because Haley, that does the Root Shoots and Coffee show on MI Gardener,
yeah,
and, we were kind of friendly, and she said she was going to be at HOA and camping in the tent area, but she didn't show up. So I was like trying to finish the blanket because I was going to give it to her to bring home.
Yeah.
And give to Luke and Cindy. So I didn't see her. So when Luke popped in, I said, hey, where was Haley? I thought she was coming to HOA. And he goes, oh, she's moving to Tennessee this week. So that's why we didn't see her.
Does that mean she got fired or Biden?
No, she really has been wanting to move to Tennessee and start her own homestead farm. And
everybody's moving to Tennessee to start a farmstead.
Yeah, I don't want to go to Tennessee. It's too far away. I have to stay in the Northeast for my kids. I mean, one's in college in New York City, and the other one is staying on the North Shore of Massachusetts. And I can't afford to stay here, but I can't go far from them because I'll go insane, and girls need their mommy, even when they're grown-ups.
Well, if you'd like to learn how to weave, I have a couple of looms for sale.
Ooh, my odd weeds.
Oh, look who sat forward. Ooh.
No. I have to tell you this story. I'm a quilter, and I'm
You're a
also a quilter.
A quilter. Oh, yeah.
So, and one of the ladies in my quilt club that I go to, socialize with, her husband has 28 looms in their house.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're going to get me counting mine.
I
1, 2,
can't believe she allows it.
3, 4, 5,
Do they all get
6,
used?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Oh my goodness. She's still going.
That's what she has them for sale.
13. I've got 15 looms.
So he has you beat. He sells stuff at vendor shows, and it's like stuff I can't afford, like $45 to $60.
I'm back in Massachusetts! Yay!
Yeah, but the quilts are expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Whitney. But the
Whitney
materials to make the quilts are expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, Whitney just dropped $250 on a quilt and called that cheap.
What size was it?
It was like a queen.
That's cheap. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
That's not even the cost of the fabric.
Yeah, I want to say it was a queen. It looked like it would be a queen. It was all folded up. It was beautiful.
I have
They
charged
dropped a
$250.
discount on it for the last few hours of the conference. I think it was like closer to $350.
I'm sure.
But even that, like, it was beautiful and heavy and thick.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You know what I find is people don't want to pay you for your work.
Exactly. I don't work for free.
Yes. That's why I don't crochet blankets to sell. I make beautiful crochet blankets. I'm just going to tell you right now. Like, they're gorgeous. And I don't make them except for gifts. Because nobody wants to pay you the work that goes into it.
Not when you can get cheap stuff from China that, you know,
will fall apart in 2 years.
Right. Well,
Like
I've got several crocheted blankets that I do that are big enough for a queen bed.
Yep.
And I
start
charge
working on
$100 and people go, $100 for that?
That doesn't even cover the yard.
Mm-hmm.
This blanket that I'm making for Luke, little guy that was just born. I already had the yarn, so it's not like I went out and spent extra. It's just I had it kicking around. I make it out of the Karen Simply Soft, so it's like I hate baby weight yarn. It's too flimsy, and I like baby blankets that are going to keep babies warm. And I also like I hate tiny baby blankets. I have to make them like toddler bed size, you know, so that they can use them for years. But I'm doing like my ripple fan shell like a blanket I'm using harvest colors because, you know, it's Emma Gardner and harvest colors. Ha 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 ha. So it's like a tan leaf color with like a harvest red, orange, and yellow in like a ripple fan shell. I have one, actually, this you're on my Facebook. You can find it. I've got an album full of pictures. I made it in a rainbow with, and then the rainbow ripples and the fan shell. It was my masterpiece.
Dani, you're starting to become a robot.
So now I just gotta finish it and send it out. What?
You're starting to sound like a robot.
Oh, sorry. I think I went through a crud.
Yeah, you're breaking up.
You're coming in and out. Yeah.
Yeah, you're breaking up.
Yeah, I forgot this one little stretch of highway is not the best. So I went in a little bit there. But it should be good now that I'm getting closer to Worcester.
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 Worcester. Or if you
Worcester.
live in Worcester,
My
if you
father
live
was
in
from
Worcester, it's
Worcester.
Worcester.
My father was from
A
Worcester.
lot of my friends from Worcester say Worcester.
His family, he was famous in Worcester. He has, his picture was in City Hall for years and years.
Yes, and yes, see, to Massachusetts is coming out for you now.
World War II hero.
That's great.
Yeah.
Aw. My great uncle, he's got his name on the war memorial in our town too. He got a Purple Heart, saving a friend in the water at Normandy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dad, I'm not sure why they had his picture up, but it was there for years and years. I know because people would say, "Oh, is your last name Bolivar?" It was Bolivar. You've got someone by that name hanging in City Hall. I said, "Yeah, that's my dad." You know, but I'm not sure why. And how sad is that? Yeah, your dad's famous for what? I don't know.
All right, so let's make sure that I'm paying attention and I get on the Mass Pike going in the right direction and not back toward Albany, because that would be bad.
Yeah, I took my husband on our first vacation after we were married 40 years ago, and we drove from Auburn, Alabama, up to Sudbury or Boston area, you know.
Wow.
And actually went up through Maine too. And we were in a little Toyota pickup truck with no air conditioning. And we were using AAA maps, you know, the trip ticks you used to be able to get that would.
Oh yeah.
And they put us on roads that weren't built yet.
Oh no.
Yeah. And so you're talking about making sure you're in the right place. It's taking me back to that trip where we had to pull over and ask some guys at a gas station, you know, how to get to where we're going. And they saw the license plate on the truck and they said, and this is the best way I can mimic them, "You're from Alabama?"
Alabama.
Alabama? Are you really from Alabama? You can't go anywhere. They had to call friends to come in and meet the people from Alabama.
Dude, so all I can say is that as soon as I got down there amongst everybody who was a lot of Southerners, the y'all came out all over the place. Y'all this, y'all that. Just
well, I've been down here long enough. I say y'all.
It was automatic as soon as I got down there, and it was not intentional, and it was just everywhere. And I'm like, I can't stop saying y'all.
Yeah, it's just like if you're like me, you're kind of a parrot. I start parroting the accents of people I'm speaking to. And I'm not being insulting.
Yes.
It's like
I'm
it
the
just
same
happens.
way.
Yeah.
So are we keeping you awake? I hope we're keeping you awake. That's why I came in. Try to keep you stimulated.
Really helping, and I have just 1 hour left until I reach home. I'm on the Mass Pike, so I know I have an hour from here to home.
Garden to Table with Heather Lynn says if you went the wrong way, then you would be headed towards my husband's sister in Westfield. Bunny Girl said sounds therapeutic. Bunny Girl, you talking about the needle felting?
Probably.
Yeah, and she thought Masshole was funny.
Yeah, well, Kirsten, that's Bunny Girl, and Garden Table with Heather Lynn, they both live in Ipswich.
Ipswich, the best clams in the world.
Oh, so yeah, all the Massachusetts jokes are going right to their heart right now.
I miss Massachusetts. I miss the people. I miss the change of seasons, the smell of of the burning leaves in the fall. I miss all that.
Yes.
But
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to go somewhere where it's warmer, but I have a feeling that everything's just going to be warmer anyway as time goes on. The prediction is that by 2050, the area of New York where I was looking at moving, instead of being 5A, is going to be like 7B. So
it's going to be like what?
7B.
Well,
Instead
I'm in
of being
7B.
like zone, yeah. Like it showed a growing zone shift, basically gradually over time over the next 30 years.
Well, I've experienced a bit of a shift already, and I've been here since 2014.
Yeah, ever since I started gardening, I have noticed a shift in the frost dates, and it really does seem to be gradually later in the spring. Like it's staying cooler slightly longer, but
well, we're having spring in January, early February, and then it goes back real cold again. So it warms up long enough for the fruit trees to bud out. Yeah. And then it freezes those buds right out. This is going to have a huge impact on fruit production and food production.
Oh, yeah. Well, so, we get that too. We call it Fool's Spring. and then we get, then it'll get cold again. And then we get another false spring that we call the Spring of Deception. And then it gets cold again. Then we finally get actual spring by May.
I'm gonna take a quick potty break. It's up to you to keep her talking. I'll be back in a second.
I appreciate.
I don't know if it's up to me. She can talk for herself.
I can. I love. I'm very, very excited for when I get home. Well, it's going to be a couple of days because I got to work 8 a.m. tomorrow till 5, and then I got to go babysit my other nanny kids from 5:30 or 6-ish till about 11, and then I could go home and sleep.
I can't wait till Sunday of next week.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm having a bake sale because the whole county is having a festival. Nice. So for the next 3 days, I'll be. I know. Make up for, trying to save up
I'm excited. Oh, what are you saving up for?
A computer that can handle 4K.
There you go.
And maybe a camera.
There is actually some talk, some rumors going around that YouTube is going to put 4K behind the YouTube Premium paywall.
So what's that mean?
That only premium users will be able to view 4K content, and that your content, if filmed in 4K and uploaded all that, your 4K content will be automatically downgraded one step to people who are not premium. Yeah, I heard that as a rumor the other day from I think Nick Niven or vidIQ, one of the two.
Oh.
So there are sources that I trust on that.
Yeah.
They usually have an ear to the ground on those things.
Yeah.
So I think they're getting ready to experiment with that. Yeah. So we'll see what happens there. Hey, Fallen Arkansas Veterans just popped in. Hello.
Hello, Charles.
I'm back and I feel better. Thank you.
Everything come out okay?
Oh, in a rush.
I'm really that's okay. It's my stream. We tend to get that way anyway.
Hey, Fallen.
So I'm really excited for this weekend because Since I have been gardening, I have not been in the same place in the spring that I was in the fall. I kept having to move. The first year I was in the same place from fall to spring, and I tried to grow garlic in pots, but the dang squirrels kept digging up the bulbs in the pots, so I didn't get garlic. But this year, I'm actually still going to be living in the same place for the next year.
Yay!
So
Really?
I got some garlic. It was delivered on Tuesday last week. So this weekend, I'll actually have time to go out and plant it and do a video on planting garlic. I'm so excited.
Okay, I need some advice. Or,
Okay.
Charlie and I have been kind of arguing about this. The back of my property is covered with trees. Okay. And the trees are they drop their leaves in the winter. So the hugelkultur bed we have back there, whereas during the hot months is pretty shady. During the cooler months, it's got direct sun. So I'm saying that we need to do the garlic there. And my husband says this doesn't get enough sun, but he's looking at the amount of sun we have right now as opposed to what we'll have during the cold months. So
You
the
guys
trees
get a hard freeze down there, right?
intermittent. It's like we get maybe 2 or 3 hard freezes in mid-February to mid-March.
Okay, so that's enough to grow garlic.
So do you think they'd be okay in the bed that, by the end of May it's leafed out again?
I think they need a lot of sun during those last couple of months that they're growing. So I think by the time that it's leafed out is about when your garlic really, really needs the energy.
Okay, so you agree with Charlie then?
I think I got to give him my vote. Because by those last couple of months, that's when it's really like the solar panels are up and it's drinking everything in.
Right. Well, I'll have to put them all through the front yard. It's going to be a really strange looking front yard then.
It works for you. It's not supposed to be pretty. Your property's supposed to work for you.
Yeah,
You know what
it's going
I
to be
did?
onions and garlic up front.
Well, what I did with my onions and garlic a couple of years ago, when I planted spring garlic. So I did green garlic instead of getting actual cloves. I stuck some cloves in the freezer for a few weeks and then planted them out. And it didn't quite work because I didn't keep them moist enough. And so they didn't really work. But I planted like some just organic garlic from the grocery store in spring. And around about June, I planted okra all through it. So by the time the garlic came up and was ready to harvest in July, the okra was just getting tall enough that it was going to start to shade them out. So then I pulled the garlic and then I just had, tons of okra over it. So you can grow something like that in between that won't be too competitive until later.
Right. I ended up putting onions in the green stalk planters this year.
How'd that do?
They did great. It was really strange looking, but it did really good. It looked like the green stalk needed a haircut. But you got to do part. I teach gardening, and I'm trying to establish the business for retirement income.
There you go.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people who live in apartments who don't think they can grow. So my mantra is Yeah, you go vertical. If you don't have room to, don't have land to lay it out, go vertical. And the green stalk type of planters works really well like that.
Well, you sound just like somebody I know.
Who's that?
Becoming a farm girl.
Oh. Hey, have we met?
Who?
You and me?
No.
I like the way you said that. No.
No.
I'm Georgia Suburban
Well,
Homestead. How you
Leanne's
doing?
big time now, so.
Oh, whatever.
I'm kidding. But you are coming up on 9,000.
I'm coming up on 8,500. That's what I said on your live. You said 9,000. I'm like, no, 8,500.
Well, I'm having the hardest time. My membership is it's staying at like 480. It goes from 480 to 490, then down to 479, but 483, and so I don't know what's going on.
Breaking that 500 between 450 and 500 is so hard.
Why?
And it's funny because often once you hit it, then all of a sudden you see an explosion of growth. It happened to me. It happened to Brampton Gardner, where we hit our 500, and then boom, we're at like 700 or 800, and then that last like 850 to 1,000 takes forever.
Yeah, I'm looking at the YouTube, looking at your comments. Garden to Table says she's in an apartment. Yeah, have you tried going vertical?
She says, and you can go back and look at my video that I did at her house, where I got the top row of my leaf planter, my green stalk leaf planter, is full of strawberries I dug from her yard because she's got a billion. They have taken over the front and backyard and the side yard, so she has no shortage of strawberries. I dug up some plants and I put them in the top of my green stalk, and they've now filled out the whole green stalk. They all came, the mother plants all came from her yard. Wow. But she said that she doesn't have a real garden. She goes, someday when I have a real garden, I'm gonna this, I'm gonna that. But in the back of her yard, her landlord let her create a whole, she's got a whole container garden full of grow bags, where she grows multiple tomatoes, she grows peas, she grows peppers, she's got blueberries, she's got a 3-chamber pallet compost system.
Wow.
That's a real garden to me.
Yes.
That is a real garden putting out some, she's got 1 green stalk, or maybe she's got 2 now. 2, or I can't remember. But there's all sorts of stuff. And so she grows a lot of stuff out there in that garden in a very small space, and it's a real garden for sure.
Oh yeah, that's my kind of girl.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, my onions didn't grow very big either. As a matter of fact, all my onions died. So
well, down
I waited
here
far too long to transplant them out. Is what it was.
Down here we grow what's called a short day onion. And they go in. I started my seed in September, and the little seedlings will probably go in March. I'll probably put them out.
Up here we have to grow long day, and I start the seeds in January, and they're supposed to go out in March, but mine didn't go out till May. Oops. This year they will be out early. Oh, who do we got? Oh, did Leanne drop down? Leanne dropped down, but now she's back.
Sorry, I had a text message come in. My mother-in-law wanted to know if we found Pelosi.
Oh.
I can't look. Last night we had the full moon out, so that helped, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Was last night the full moon, or is it tonight?
I thought it was tonight because I came over a hill just as the moon was rising, and I was like, oh, look at this moon. I wish you guys could see this moon. Looks pretty
Maybe
full.
I was just
But still,
maybe I was just tired and thought it was full.
yeah. All right. Let's see. Heather says she kept giving away strawberries, and they have one green stalk. Okay.
Well, I was saying
Yeah.
becoming a farm girl, because that's the premise of her channel, is to show you how to garden using green stalks, and she has
She
a
was so
townhouse.
nice.
Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, she's homesteading in a townhouse right now.
So who are you talking about?
Becoming a farm girl.
Becoming a farm girl. I'm going to look that up real quick.
Her channel is amazing. And she's like, "Oh, stop," when I say that. I'm just like, well, maybe I'm just your biggest cheerleader. She's like, "You are."
Wait, the thing is, we all say that, though. It's like, oh, you know, like.
But I think she deserves 100,000 subscribers, not just the 4,000 when I found her.
Yeah.
Is she at the 16.3 thousand subscribers? She's
Yep,
got
that's
on the
her.
threads?
That's
okay.
her. She was at 16 the last time I looked.
And she
Thanks for-
does green stock farming?
Yes. She has her. She.
I am now subscribed.
All right.
So you earned her a subscriber.
Just tell her that Leanne sent you.
Okay, I will. Oh, so send me a few people, will ya?
All right.
20.
Dani says I have a magic wand.
I call it the Leanne effect. Once you get through the collabs that you're already in, we should do another collab and have.
Oh my! I think I'm taking January off.
Yes, wait till spring. We'll do something in spring. Which hopefully before you do a million other collabs in spring.
I just finished my first collab. I did the Fall Fest giveaway. With Gail's Southern.
Oh, Rochelle's back.
Yeah. And
Heather, Rochelle has been asking where you were. She missed you. Oh, speaking of. Oh, hey. We're getting somebody new on the live stream. Somebody.
Hey.
Have you done a live stream yet?
No, I have not.
This is Shannon's first live stream. Welcome to Fresh Start Homestead, a fairly brand new channel up here in Massachusetts, and we went to high school and middle school together.
We did.
We did.
We were even in some of the same musicals.
Yes, that's right. Oh.
Although you kept it going, I'm a chicken.
Yeah. Oh man, where am I now? Let's see, how close am I to home? So I've been driving since 11:30 this morning. And I'm waiting for some highway sign.
So can y'all see me? I'm getting a message that everyone can see and hear, but
we can hear you, but we can't see you.
What did you say, Charlie?
Just have a little circle icon without even a picture in it.
Well, I probably look better this way.
Often I think I would too, but I don't even know how to. Oh, I guess I'd have to turn my camera off, and that's how you do it. But
I'm going to try to start cam.
Yeah, I may as well try to turn my camera off because I think it dropped you down. She went bye-bye. Well, I'll watch and see if the thing lights up. Okay, where am I? I am. It's not a city thing. It's a.
How much further do you have to go?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm 3 minutes from 495, so that's really close.
There you go.
I am almost home.
Well, considering it's 9:04.
Yeah. I should be home in about 45 minutes.
What time did you leave?
11:30 from Virginia.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
That is a
okay,
lot of gardening.
so Liz, if you just click the link that's pinned at the top of the chat, it'll take you back into StreamYard and you can hop back in. Let's see. I am entering Hopkinton. Okay. Uh-oh. Why is my phone shutting down?
Oh no.
Oh, don't delete this live.
Uh-oh. Is she frozen?
Hello, Dani.
Dani!
Dani? I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Shannon.
Jen? Nice to meet you. I'm Leanne.
Hi, Leanne.
And yeah, so now we should entertain the people that are in the chat. Let me
Oh.
look to see who's there.
I've been trying to figure out this chat while I've been standing here, and I have no idea what's going on.
I think her battery's low, according to Rochelle.
Yeah, well, I was like looking at her, I'm like, she's not moving.
So I got to meet Dani Friday morning.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm completely jealous she got to go to the conference.
Well,
I wanted to go, but I didn't get to.
It was a first time for me meeting anybody that's in YouTube. So, but
Did you have fun?
I had fun, but I didn't really learn anything. Like,
interesting.
Because I'm a farmer's wife, and I've been around gardening and canning and animal husbandry all my life. So it's like, you know. So I think I went for the social aspect.
Okay. That's interesting too,
Mm-hmm.
New angle, and you get to meet people.
And network.
Yeah, and network, which is important.
Mm-hmm.
So if next year, do you plan to go back? Do you feel like it's worth it to go back, or do you feel like you got what you wanted out of it?
I think just to have a reunion with everybody would be worth it.
Yeah.
Because I only live 78 miles from there.
Okay.
And I commuted back and forth each day.
Wow. 70
Granted,
minutes. How long did that take you?
Well, I wasn't driving. I had another YouTuber take me, and she spent the night with me, and she drives like a maniac.
So you probably got there in like half the time.
Well, I felt like it. No, not really. But it was like, it's an hour and a half drive. Plus we stopped for breakfast. So, okay. It wasn't too bad at all.
Oh, that's not bad.
Maybe I'm just used to road tripping with my husband.
Would it take you like 3 hours if your husband was driving?
Oh no, he has a lead foot.
Yeah.
And he has a big truck.
Nice. My husband too.
No, he has a diesel Cummins truck. No, he's flying.
Oh.
Me on the other hand, I go the speed limit.
Yeah, I got a lead foot myself, so.
Well, a couple of car accidents have cured me. Oh, welcome back! Welcome back to the wicked awesome live stream here.
Yeah, I didn't have my phone plugged in like I thought I did. So my phone died.
That's what we figured.
Yeah, everyone's like, Dani's not moving.
Hey, can you take the comment off the screen?
What?
Can you take the comment off the screen? There we go.
Yes.
That is amazing. Okay. I tried to tell you earlier.
Oh, sorry.
Because when the comments are on the screen, you can't see the people's names.
Yeah. I'm hoping that my phone, because it's got 1% battery, but now it's plugged in. So hopefully it's got enough that it'll keep going and it won't just die again in a minute. But if it does die again, then I guess that's it for the night.
Mm-hmm. And we'll just
But-
leave the chat.
Yeah, I think so. All right, I'm 7 miles from the Natick Plaza. I'm getting there. There. I'm in Ashland. All right, Middlesex County. Woo! This really has helped me stay awake, though.
Well, that's good.
So, Dani, what did you like about the conference?
I met Jessica from Roots and Refuge, and just about died. Like, melted into a purple puddle. But other
Dani
than that,
like she was.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to say my 2 cents about you saying that to me. Like I'm ran into Dani right after that happened, and Dani looked like she was on cloud 9.
I was.
She's like, I just got to talk to Jess, and she's invited me to do a video with her.
Oh, that's nice.
So I filmed a video with her, and I will edit that when I get home and get in the tub, because I haven't showered since Thursday.
You could have came to my house and showered. It was.
I should have. Like, so Black's Tropical Homestead said that we would go to Applebee's at 7:30, and so I went to Applebee's, and they were somewhere in the mountains, and forgot. So I should have come to your house for dinner instead of eating Applebee's. So next year we will do that.
Okay.
I think next year we need to plan a New England road trip.
Well, there's so there is actually now a Homesteaders in New England. That there was the first one happened this year in September, and I was there for that.
But I think we should all like carpool. We should get like a van, or like all chip in and get a van and like just go down there.
Let's do that. It's cheaper gas for all of us.
Right, we all split it. We're good. Or even like a camper. I don't know if anybody has a camper, but even a camper would be fun.
Yep. They do have RV sites and they have tent sites, but you have to book them like immediately, and you got to get your tickets as soon as they go on sale in like, I think it's February or March. You got to get your tickets and get your reservation for the site in like immediately, because they fill up really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As do the hotels for the area.
Okay.
Yep. And don't expect the prices to go down.
Haley telling me, "Oh, don't worry about like bringing all your cold weather gear. I mean, it's Virginia; it's still warm. Like last year, I was trying to sleep and I was sweating, and no, it was 36 last night, and I was sleeping in a tent.
Oh no!
I was really cozy warm. I looked at the weather and I knew what I was getting into. So I brought all my comforters, all my blankets. The one thing I will say is next year I will bring more pillows.
There you go.
More pillows.
You always need pillows.
I got to meet a bunch of YouTubers that I do know from live streams and from the internet, like Leanne here, the Mennonite Farmhouse. Does amazing canning videos and cooking from scratch, baking from scratch. I can't do the intro as well as you, Leanne.
Hi, welcome to the Mennonite Farmhouse. I'm Leanne, and if you're new to my channel, I do cooking and baking from scratch, canning and dehydrating videos. And that sort of thing is just you. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. And if you find value in this video, hit the thumbs up.
Sold, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Do you know how long that's taken me to perfect?
Right. Well, and the thing is, once you perfect it, you never lose it, because let's see so I worked at Stop and Shop for my first job. Good afternoon. Thank you for calling Stop and Shop in Beverly. This is Danielle speaking. How may I help you? Like, it just goes. So, yeah.
Nice.
I don't know, man. Yeah. But, yeah, getting to meet you, getting to meet Sherry and Bobby, getting to give Bobby hugs. Bobby picking me up off the ground and nearly throwing me into the air because he doesn't realize his own strength.
Dang, I missed
He lifted
that.
me. He lifted my 100 of he put his arm out so that I could grab onto his arm and lift up, like pull myself up, and he just decided to lift me, and I wasn't expecting it. So my 180-pound butt was just picked up by one arm, up off the ground, like whoop. Man does not know his own strength. Sherry's like, he is always breaking things because he does not know how strong he is.
Nice. So if meeting Jess was the high, what was the low?
There's a lot of QAnon talk, and I won't get into that because I try not to do the politics on the channel.
Oh.
But like, yeah.
She's probably talking
like
about our conversation.
Talking about 5G. And how it's like damaging your brain waves. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to this talk over here. I'll see you later.
She was out.
I'm like, I'm gonna agree to disagree and walk over here.
I don't know. Sometimes I love a good conspiracy talk, though, just to hear where people are at. You don't have to agree, but sometimes it's just interesting to like hear it.
True.
Like flat earthers.
And I'm not gonna say there's not a kernel of truth in there somewhere in some things, but people like crazy, and I want to not do crazy if I can. I do enough crazy as it is.
I hear you.
I do enough crazy as it is. Like Robert was saying earlier, Homestead Aquarius was saying, you got this. I'm gonna, I want to do that thing, and I'm gonna do that thing, and then I go and do it, and it may be messy, and it may not happen the way it should happen, but I get there. So crazy Dani fashion. So that's the plan. And I was not thinking I was going to go off grid because I'm like, well, the expense of putting in a septic and this and that. And then somebody gave me some other, bathroom plumbing ideas that's not a composting toilet.
Oh.
That sound feasible. An incinerator toilet. So you don't have the smell, you don't have all that issue, and it just turns it into ash. And I'm like, now and it's way less expensive than the septic. I'm like, now that's interesting. That's interesting. So who knows? Maybe I do go on an off-grid adventure. I don't know.
Oh, I'm editing this video and Pooey's in the background.
Aww.
Makes me want to cry.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. Do I have in here?
Why is it?
Oh, robotic.
What?
Here we go. We got off-grid with Doug and Stacy. So yeah. Guys, I talked to Doug a lot with Black's Tropical Homestead this week, and he was just a super fun guy to talk to. We sang him happy birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't think I was gonna go like off grid, but now people got me thinking. No, I do not want to do the poo buckets. I'll take that. I mean, if I'm not taking certain medications that would make that, I will take that ash and I will put it in compost. But if I can avoid the poo buckets, I would like to avoid the poo buckets. But like Doug just does have me thinking on the rainwater harvesting and all of that. Like I'm thinking about things.
I'm fangirling now. Like the off-grid Doug and Stacy, I'm fangirling now.
Right. Doug, I will say I was very surprised that you hanging out and talking to people was like your whole thing all day, and you just seemed totally like in your element and on. I don't know how your feet weren't freezing though, guys. He walked around the whole weekend in bare feet.
Oh
You
my
get used
God.
to it.
Yeah, I mean, I used to run around in bare feet all the time too, but not when it's like, it got cold by the end of Saturday.
Hey, when I was a little girl, I would run around barefoot outside all the time. And
Me too.
I think it was my dad who said, "Boy, you should marry a Mennonite."
And what do you know?
Huh.
No, I remember being like 4 years old and getting so mad at my mom when she started insisting that I had to wear a shirt when I was outside because I was running around in my shorts with no shoes and no shirt because that's what my dad wore. Well, Daddy doesn't wear a shirt. Why do I have to wear a shirt? You know?
Well,
It's a valid argument.
Right? I was like, what the heck? Yeah. So until I was like 4 or 5, I was just outside in the yard. All right, you guys are going to have to keep me updated on this chat because I can't see it.
hey, well, can I say to Doug that I posted my picture to Facebook and my ex-boyfriend was like, "I know Doug and Stacy. I'm supposed to go hang out with them sometime." We met him at a blacksmithing conference or something. I'm like, "Oh, really? Yeah, I got to meet them. And they're really cool people." So I was like, "Yeah." So I
would
don't
you say
know
most
how
of-
my friend thinks that he's that cool with Doug and Stacy, but because I'm gonna kick this cat out of here soon. We stop.
Would you say most of the, I mean, you're a YouTube person too, but would you say most of them are pretty friendly and as
Yeah.
they are on the
Oh, God,
channel?
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
awesome.
God, yes. When I
Everybody's
met
real.
Jess, I found her to be exactly who she is online. When I went out to M.I. Gardner over the summer, I found Luke is exactly the super friendly, hyper excited about all things plants guy that he is. He's like, I was, around him all day for the grand opening celebration, and he was just like super hyped and yeah, it was really funny. Yeah, I mean, everyone was pretty genuine. Luke actually was in in the chat earlier tonight. You missed him. He popped in for a little bit, M.I. Gardner. And
I think I
then
popped
popped out
in. So
again.
he was there when I was there. But I didn't get to
Oh
say
yeah, you were.
anything.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was in like for a few minutes, and then he had a newborn to put to bed, so off he went.
I think that's a good reason.
Yes,
This cat.
yes.
I swear.
I gotta finish. He always does this too. Oh wait, I got in the thingy. Hello. We got a Brampton Gardner. Yay!
Yay!
All right.
Well, since no one else is reading the chat for you, like
I was gonna say like I can't read any of the chat. I got Doug in here.
oh yeah, so yeah, no one's reading, especially my comments, which are freaking hilarious, by the way.
Well, they usually are.
No, I was saying that hence the naked gardening video with the whole topless.
Yeah, Doug, go watch those. They're funny.
But actually, it's legal in Ontario. Women do not have to wear tops. Women do not have to wear tops in Ontario.
Interesting. Now, these days, I will keep my shirt on. Nobody needs to see that. Just
There's
from
not
here
enough
up in my
sunscreen.
naked videos.
Yeah, there's not enough sunscreen for that.
Yeah, which,
Okay.
by the way, on my packing list for next year, sunscreen, because my face is so burned. Oh, do we have quality graphics, Leanne?
Oh yeah, we have
Show
quality,
the quality
graphics.
graphics. What does it say?
Oh, I missed it.
It says, "Please hit the thumbs up." Thumbs up.
Yes, Tim, please do hit the thumbs up.
And
Okay,
I appreciate you.
She worked all day on those.
Yes.
Clearly.
Although, you know what? I kind of expect, since you're a Mennonite homesteader, shouldn't they be like wood engraved or something? Like wood carving? No.
I'll work on quilting one like that.
A little wood burning, some cross stitch. Come on.
I'll work on that.
You know what I found interesting is there was an Amish family there
Yeah.
in an RV. What is fill me in on the?
Why not?
Are they? I don't know. They do RVs?
Apparently they do.
Well, who's gonna tell on them? They can't watch YouTube.
Amish are human.
Amish what?
Amish are human.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I thought that was against the rules.
How?
Because it's power, electricity. I didn't know. I didn't. I will fully admit to not being fully informed.
Run by electricity?
This is why I'm asking. Huh?
How's the camper being run by electricity?
Well, they had a generator.
Huh?
They had lights and.
Is it running off generator?
I didn't know. I didn't see the other side of it.
So that's off grid.
Ah. Okay.
How did they get it there?
As long as they have no outside communication with the world, they're fine.
As long as what?
I heard that they're only allowed to have, the electrical stuff for like the business aspect, but not in the home. But they can have like power and stuff out in the barn, but just not in the house.
I've only seen kerosene lighter or only oil lamps and stuff like that in the barns. And
around here they have computers and everything out in the barn. Some of them run their business.
Nope, I've never seen a computer at an Amish farm. And my husband has lots of Amish farmer clients because he sells them oats for their horses.
Mm-hmm.
So
they were a very nice family.
And different orders have different rules too.
Yes, that's true. Just like different Mennonites have different rules.
Yeah. Some are more strict than others. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like if there's orders of Mennonite that would never let me be on YouTube at all. Like
that's
the churches.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the church is 2 miles from my house. They wouldn't let me on here.
So I used to watch that show, something about Amish people. I always thought that Amish and Mennonites don't mix, like with each other. I don't know. That's what I thought it was. Like you guys don't talk or do business with each other.
No, we would prefer that because they're godly people.
Okay. Do you know what show I'm talking about though? That used to be on TV with does anybody else remember that? They were
Breaking Amish?
That might be it.
Well, that was a terrible show. Don't even. That was a terrible show. No, I wouldn't.
They made it more seem like a mafia type deal.
I don't.
We have a few questions in the chat.
Okay.
So first of all, Georgia's Suburban Homestead asked, I just bought a lot of seed for edible flowers and am planning a series on edible flowers. The name of my business is Heirloom Herbs and Edible Flowers. Do you think that would be interesting?
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
I say for sure. Heather Lynn is saying hello. And Charles asked, Leanne, what kind of crops do y'all grow in the field?
Well, we grow alfalfa, timothy, broomgrass, mixed hay. Then there's barley, wheat, rye, oats, corn, soybeans, occasional canola. I think that's it.
Okay, next time Charles asks what she doesn't grow.
I saw a lot of yellow fields. Was that canola? Or is it too late for all that yellow to be canola?
It's pot. I don't know.
I mean, it looked like it was all rusting and turning brown, but
was it corn? It wasn't corn?
No, it was way too short to be corn.
Short? Then it was soybeans.
I wondered if it was soybeans or if it was canola.
Yeah, soybeans are turning now.
Yeah, fields and fields and fields of it.
Because canola's kind of like corn.
Oh, because I've never seen canola growing.
I know it's getting popular in Pennsylvania because I think Pennsylvania is actually paying farmers to grow it.
Interesting.
So
I'm not a big fan of it.
Now I'm into this like what we were talking about earlier. So does Mennonite wait, I lost my question. So like, do you guys deal with the outside world a lot, or do you deal with more Mennonite people and Amish people?
Like we're supposed to be friends with godly people, but we have businesses that have worldly people in it, so we just
What are you doing on this chat, ma'am?
Don't talk about that. It's especially on a Sunday. Shh. Yeah, but it is what it is. And
I was going through a tunnel and missed the joke.
Oh, I was asking if she deals without the outside people, like, or is it mostly Mennonite and Amish people? And so she would answer.
If you don't reach out to the worldly people, you might lose your chance to help somebody save their soul and go to heaven.
Okay.
So it's
worldly
about
people. I like that.
So you want to be a witness for God and have Christ shine through you and show people that you can be happy having a relationship with the Lord.
Okay.
If that makes any sense. Like
No,
that's like the only way
that's
the only reason my husband allowed me to have a YouTube channel is to be able to give my testimony to the Lord.
Was that your argument for your reason to do it?
I'll see you in a minute. Go through a tunnel.
like I just wanted to document my cooking journey. Like, we always cook these things, and maybe 5 years down the road we forgot what that dish was. So I just and actually show my nephews and my nieces how to cook because their mothers don't know how to cook. So what's the best way to do it? Video, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm showing them, why not show other people?
Fair enough. But did you use that argument too, that you could help spread your message? Because it's a good argument when you think about it.
Mm-hmm. Because my husband
has some backing, it's valid.
My husband's very private.
Ah.
And I'm the opposite. I'm the extrovert. He's the introvert.
I mean, he does get to enjoy lots of good food.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Evidence at the end of every video.
And I should go reheat up what I made for fellowship since we haven't had supper yet. I just realized what time it is.
Dani,
yeah.
Crubby the Beagle says hello. And he says hello. He or she says hello to Leanne. And then hi to me. And then Georgia's saying hello to Crubby and Leanne too.
And then the private chat, is somebody in the private chat saying, I'm back.
BG.
Yeah, BG.
That was me.
Okay. So I won't repeat
God.
I'm getting this chat
in the main chat, so yeah.
All right. Yeah, I was in the tunnel, so I didn't see you were there right away.
That's all right. Hi, Kirby.
Coming over
We had leftovers, so
because
I
didn't notice I was coming up on 95, and I had to go all the way through Boston to pay extra tolls. Oops.
Ooh.
I love leftovers.
That's okay. Now I'm getting on Route 1.
Oh. So Georgia has had to adapt most of her recipes because of food allergies. No pork, butter, cheese, yogurt, or citrus. No cashews and no Chinese tea. Wow.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Dexter's doing just fine, aren't you? Say hi, Kevin.
Hi. Do you remember me from watching my videos?
Oh, other highlights from HOA is Hand Hewn Farms was there with a booth. They like teach people how to butcher and preserve pigs generally. And they had this front leg of an old sow. She had been used for breeding for a long time. And I guess, so when you have lamb, most people don't like mutton. It gets a very sheepy taste. But we'll go through another tunnel. So if I out, I'll finish when I get to the other side. So most people like the flavor of lamb better. With pigs, as they get older, I guess the flavor intensifies. Like, can you imagine bacon tasting better?
More bacony?
Yes. So they had this sow. She was a breeding sow. And when she got to the end of that, they made her into meat. So they sent her to, and so they had the front leg, which most people make prosciutto, I guess, from the back legs. But they used this Spanish preservation style and used the front leg. And this leg is 3.5 years old. And they shaved some off and had it for samples. And oh my gosh, I have never had better prosciutto.
Oh.
It was so tasty.
Sounds good.
Leanne, do Mennonites eat pork?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. Because I know some, some religions don't eat, like even some Christian sects, they don't eat pork. But I know that Muslims do not eat pork. But oh man, that was some good prosciutto.
That's it, babe. I got to go to Homesteaders of America next year. I'm going on a road trip.
Yeah. We'll get a van. We'll get a van. We'll go down. We'll camp. It'll be good.
Get a van down by the river.
I just gotta let the post office know ahead of time. So.
Yeah. The ticket for a single person for the weekend. I don't know if the price will go up next year or what. But it was $55 for the weekend. Probably because the price of everything's going up. And then the price of a pair, like a couple's ticket, basically was for the weekend was $95, and it was like $50 a night to camp. So
I'll go camping. I'll bring the s'mores.
Huh?
Well, at that price, it'd be cheaper. It'd be cheaper just to rent an RV with a group and hang out, stay in the Walmart parking lot.
Well, there are RV spaces there too. I mean, I like being there at the event though, right? Like,
yeah,
it was so fun going. It is, but it was worth the $50 to go back like multiple times during the day. Like, be like a 5-minute little stroll to my tent to drop off like my heavy bag from 4 jars or something like that, rather than carry it around all day. And to go back there and like one of the other campers that I got friendly with to be there, like, hey, I just made some burgers. You want one? So I mean, it was a good community feeling. It felt really nice. Whitney and Brian from Full Circle Homestead were just super nice, and so yeah, I'm in Revere.
I have no idea what that
really
means.
Working that accent. I'm working that accent for the sake of our Georgia suburban homestead.
How far from home are you now?
15, 20 minutes.
Oh, good. I can go to bed soon.
At most. Yes. Yeah. And as soon as I get there, I'm going to be like, okay, love you all. Bye. I got to pee. So.
She's going to be crying.
I had a very, very busy day shopping. So.
Ooh, what you get?
Well, so I dropped my husband and my daughter and her friend off at Wonderland, and then instead of spending I think it's like $26 for parking, because I don't really go on the rides anyways because I'm afraid of heights and I'm claustrophobic, and then the rides that don't freak me out make me sick. So I'm not a lot of fun. So I'm like, you know what? We'll save the $26 parking, and I'll drop you off. And it's like a huge shopping area there. Like there's a giant mall across the street, which I won't go to on the weekend. But I just went around and hit up a bunch of stores. What did I buy? I bought a canning rack. Woo!
Yay!
So I'm gonna do my pickled beets tomorrow. I realized one I had wouldn't work in that. I had to go for the bigger pot because I'm doing the taller jars. And the rack I have is too small for the big pot. So I bought that. And then I bought myself a nice black dress.
Yay.
I wasn't planning on buying it, but I thought it was on clearance and it wasn't. But I tried it on and it fit perfectly. And I was like, well, you can't go wrong with a little black dress. So
Everybody needs a black dress.
yeah. But did you have patties?
Potty. The valid
Potties?
question. I don't know if you have potties.
Potties. There was outhouses.
Yeah, there were lots of porta potties right next to the camping site. Apparently last year there were a lot of complaints that the tent site was right next to the porta potties because they were not well maintained and they smelled. Well, this year, the second that the Friday event was it shut down for Friday at the end of the day, the second people cleared out, the potty people were there and cleaned them all. Like there was no smell. There was no, so they really kept things very, very, very sanitary.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah, so we didn't have any issues being that close to the bathrooms, and it was actually a benefit so that when you got up at night, you were only walking like 20 feet and then you could pee.
Oh, okay. So Georgia Homestead has a comment here. Says, I've been thinking of doing a video talking about my near-death experience and meeting the creator, but people would think I'm nuts unless they've been there. That could be a risky video, depending on your viewers, but if it's something you feel like sharing, you know.
I feel like you should share the things that make sense to you and that your people will find you eventually.
Yeah.
The recommendation system on YouTube gets pretty good at that eventually. You just have to train it.
Well, you're not going to always please everybody. Like every video is not always going to be for every single one of your viewers. But
yes,
I mean, if it's for you and you lived it, I mean, there are people that are obviously going to relate in some way, you know.
Yep, and
a lot of times it's hard for people to understand or believe until they go through it themselves, you know.
Right.
Yeah. Who knows? It may resonate with them later on. Hopefully not, because near-death experience is not something you want to put on your list. But if it's already there,
I mean, I had one, so I get it.
I used to have a lot of food allergies.
Food allergies.
Oh, am I frozen?
Used to?
I'm frozen. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay, I'm frozen. Everyone's frozen except for you. This is weird. Okay. Yeah,
No,
when
you
I was
sit
a
really
teenager into
still.
my late teens, and I went to this lady who did biofeedback.
Oh, interesting.
And yeah, I didn't know much about it, and I didn't know what was going to work or whatever, but I got rid of like all my food allergies. The only thing I'm still allergic to is lavender, and that's like a contact allergy.
Oh, my friend is also allergic to lavender, which stinks because she makes soaps.
Oh, that's bad. Yeah.
Ooh.
I know, I'm a gardener. Like, oh no, you want lavender? No.
Nope.
Can other people hear? Like, I can't. Like, Leanne, they're frozen solid for me. I'm frozen. You're moving.
I see them moving.
I
I see
see
Leanne
one.
and Shannon moving.
I'm
Yeah.
Are you moving?
Everybody's
I don't
moving
see
on
me
my
moving
screen.
either. I'm frozen.
Oh, weird. Yeah, I think it's you.
I don't,
All right.
everybody's moving.
It usually is.
All right, I'm
It's
passing what
always
used to be
me.
the Home Steakhouse. Woo! I am getting
Yeah,
closer.
that's really weird.
Did you pass Sin City yet?
Past what?
Sin
Oh,
City.
no, not yet. Not
Not yet.
yet. For anybody asking, so Lynn, the city is sin. You never go out the way you came in.
Yeah, I can't even touch anything on my screen. I can't read the chat anymore. I can't touch anything. I've lost all contact.
No. Do you want to drop down and pop back up and see? Oh, you can't even drop down, can you? And I can't
I might
see
be
you
able to hit
dropping
refresh.
down. Okay, let's try
I might
that.
be able to hit refresh. I'll try it.
So Garden to Table with Heather Lynn says, my daughter has digestive issues when she has uncooked. Cooked would be in a baked good or something in milk.
Huh. Interesting.
And then Crubby the Beagle is pointing out that I have just 48 subscribers. And you're absolutely correct because I'm new.
Yep.
So we're going to start somewhere.
Yes. Guys, go subscribe to Fresh Start Homesteading.
I'm surprised I even had 48 because I only had 30 something the other day. So that's improvement.
Yay! This is
I
good.
dropped your link a while ago, so hopefully they can find it in the chat.
Yay.
Thank you.
Because I can't drop links in here now that I'm up on here. I'm back
Don't
and
forget
everyone's
you
moving
did-
and I can see everybody.
Yay!
Yay. Yeah, if we get
Weird.
you to 100, then you can change your URL and have a custom URL. Instead of like
we need
all
100.
that like numbers and all that combo.
These are like, they give you milestones for each subscriber, like milestone you hit. They give you like incentives, I guess. Nice.
Yeah.
So at 100, you get your own like URL. So instead of just like random numbers, it will say your name. And then at 500, you get the community tab.
Oh. Okay.
And then at 1,000 then at 1,000, you get something else at 1,000 too, even without the 4,000 hours. What is it you get at 1,000?
It used to be that you could go live with YouTube, but they've changed that.
You can put merchandise on your channel.
You put what?
That's right. You can put merchandise on your channel, and you can go. You can do the premiere before.
That was at 10,000.
You can do the premiere before your video.
Oh.
So like before your premiere, you can do like the little trailer in front of your videos.
Which I still got to shoot. I keep saying I'm going to, and I never do.
I just pull up random Dexter videos and throw them on. I don't think it affects your views though on that video.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. You can always also now get monetized if you get 10 million shorts views in 90 days.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
Yeah. You got to post about 10 shorts a day, every single day, and hope that like 10% of them take off and get 1 million views.
Wait, what is this short then?
Okay, so a YouTube short is like kind of like when you if you film something for TikTok or a reel.
Yeah.
So you have to film it in the vertical position
format.
Vertical orientation, so straight up and down instead of sideways. And it's got to be less than 1 minute long, and you have to put hashtag shorts in the description.
Okay.
And then it'll go into like the shorts player, which is basically like Instagram reels or TikTok videos just on YouTube.
You said I have to do 10 a day?
Well, I was kind of joking, but if you can get 10 million views on your shorts videos, in a 90-day period, you get monetized.
Stop. Really?
But that's new. I don't think it goes into effect yet, though.
I think it's
I
when.
say they've earned it. If they can do that, then they've earned
They
it.
can get 10 million views. Yeah. Other than that, the only other way to get monetized is the old way, which is the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 hours of watch time. Which best advice I can give you on the watch time is start doing live streams now and bank the hours. Just get the hours going. Plus, it helps with engaging with your people and all of that. So, cool. All
So
right.
don't go live
Pay
Thursday
for a
night.
streaming service until you get there.
Has anyone noticed I'm getting like lower and lower on the couch?
I can't even look. I've got my brightness all the way down. All right. I'm hitting 128, Shannon. I'm hitting 128.
Oh my God, she's almost there.
I'm almost there. I'm almost to the North
Probably
Shore
got
Mall.
4,000 views for his recent short. Good job.
That's good. Yeah.
Okay,
I saw that.
I can read the chat again.
Okay.
Georgia's saying it goes into effect in January.
Okay.
Charles can eat bread. That's awesome. But he's allergic to eggs or anything made with eggs, chocolate, most spices. Wow.
Bunny Girl wants
I don't have
sticker,
any.
Dani.
I will get you a sticker.
Bunny Girl just subbed.
I will get you a sticker. I'm so happy I have my stickers. I gotta get a sticker to Rochelle. I'll get you all stickers. I gave Leanne a sticker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Georgia,
What's
if you
a
want back
sticker?
on the video, you have to click the link that's pinned at the top of the chat. She can't judge you if you haven't clicked that link. If you haven't clicked the link, you won't be in the basement.
I'm going to leave that
You
one
gotta
alone.
click the link.
No, it's the green room
Yeah.
where they
What
serve
it should
sticker?
still be.
M&Ms.
It should still be pinned at the top, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, because I'm watching. I don't see her in the basement yet. I am like from North Shore Mall, like 10 minutes from home.
You're
Yay!
kidding
That's
me.
exciting. Because I can't go much lower.
I drove all the way from Virginia to Massachusetts in a day.
It's amazing.
I've made it to North Carolina in a day.
Yeah, I did that once too,
But there were
but I
two
was
of
like
us.
19. I was 19 and there was more than one person to drive.
That's what I'm saying. There were two of us.
Yeah.
Dang, I forgot to watch Leanne's face when I was writing inappropriate comments in the private chat.
Oh no, what did you say in the chat? I can't see. I can't read it.
I'll tell you
I'm
later.
sure it was
And I'm like, yeah, I'm
plastic.
going to think I'm nuts now.
I was just like, oh no.
All right, we just got
Okay.
somebody else that popped in, but I can't see who it is.
I'm gonna guess it's Georgia because she was asking. Okay.
No, somebody else in the chat. New person in the chat.
It's Mitchell.
Oh, hello.
Hey,
Oh, what's his name?
Mitchell and Henderson's Family Farm.
There we go.
And Liz has her mic turned off.
Oh, I can't help with that. Oh man, do I have to use the bathroom though? I'll tell you that right now.
That's what you find out here on Wicked Awesome Gardening. That Dani has to go to the bathroom.
Dani has to pee. Who else do I have down here? What the? Okay. All right. I can't see typing. I don't know. Yeah. All right. Liberty Tree Ball.
There we go.
We're taking off
I haven't
the
bounced up and down out of the
Damn it,
basement
she's
this often.
literally next door.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. You have to turn your camera on there, Miss Georgia.
Yeah,
needs to
she
turn her mic
was
on.
trying to do it earlier and it wasn't
Can
working.
you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh, no.
I
I
can
can hear you.
Yeah, we haven't been able
We
to
can
see
hear
her
ya.
all night though.
Yeah, she's looking a little pale.
I can't get the camera to work for some reason.
You think she'd be getting plenty of sun down there in Georgia?
Oh,
Georgia must be beautiful right now.
That's too dry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but the weather
everything's-
must be nice.
Well, yeah, it's in the, like right now it's 59. Yeah, and we're in the mid 70s all day today, so it's good for working out in the yard.
Yeah.
it's nice being outside weather.
We had a high of 59 today. It was beautiful. Yesterday was 45. It was freezing.
All right, I am pulling off the highway onto my
Yay.
street, which is still a couple miles out, but
I hope we've entertained you.
you guys really helped keep me from being bored and from being sleepy. So thank
Oh,
you all so much.
Hendrickson Family Farm just popped in to say
Oh.
hello, all.
Hi.
Hello,
I got
Leanne.
somebody in my basement. Oh, hey! This is a first. This is
Hey,
Kirsten,
Krabby.
and she is in Ipswich, Massachusetts here. And
Rowley.
she's been a long Rowley. Whoops, I always keep saying Ipswich. Whoops.
That's okay.
She's a longtime viewer of the channel, and she sent me a vase once.
Yes, I did.
Bunny
Very
Girl
nice.
said she was
Nice to
interested
meet
in
you.
taking that drive with us too. To the
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes.
Road
Oh,
trip
dude. Road trip.
for sure.
It was a very pretty drive. I will say that.
I
Oh, I
bet.
bet this time of year with all the leaves and everything changing. Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Is that
Kirsten,
working
do
yet?
you still have the chat going on the live stream going on somewhere?
I do not.
Oh, weird. There was an echo for a minute. Sometimes that happens. At least it's not a bad echo.
I don't think so.
Sometimes it can be really, really, really bad.
Oh, we lost Georgia again.
Oh, no. Yeah, she's not in the basement.
Get out of the basement. No, just kidding.
Yeah, I was down in the basement for a while earlier.
Well, what a cool stream. I had Luke from My Gardener and Doug from Off Grid with Doug and Stacy both pop into my chat.
That was awesome.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And you had all of us.
Yeah, well, that too. But And I'm gonna go up to Vermont to Goldshaw Farm
I'm on
and
YouTube.
film video up
Wanna say
there.
hi?
I'm gonna be
Nice.
yeah, so I'm gonna be on Goldshaw Farm.
That was my oldest, Brittany. She was like,
That's fine.
Aw.
Yeah, Morgan was a really cool guy. I'm very excited to be able to go up and see his farm and all that. It's like, yeah, hit me up on Facebook or Instagram. Oh no, what?
He decided he has to come cuddle now.
Well, that's okay. I'm like half a mile from my house, which is very exciting.
you want to see
I'm
my
gonna go-
puppy buddy? Look at this guy.
I love puppies. There's a cute guy. What was his name again?
Dozer.
Oh.
That's Dozer.
He's so
Jack's is
cute.
sleeping somewhere.
Okay, not the face. Not the face.
Yay.
Oh shoot! I forgot they're repaving this. They dug it
Gotta
all
buy me
up
a
while I
drink
was
first,
gone.
buddy.
I am officially playing sewer cap slalom right now.
I'm
Oh,
back
slow
again.
down.
Man, this in and out something else.
Slow down.
Woo!
You have a huge pet.
All right.
So, Kirsten, is that your name?
Yep.
So somebody, hold on, let me read it again. So it says, garden to table with Heather Lynn says that you're near her.
Yeah.
She's in Ipswich.
Yeah. Me, Dani, and Heather all live pretty close.
Oh
Nice.
no.
I love
Can I
it.
turn
Switch
into my
clams.
driveway here? Can I?
I don't know, does it?
She's in the driveway.
Oh, I guess it does.
Does that mean we have to leave
They
now?
have cones up in the middle of the street.
No.
Okay. Here we go. Okay. Yep, I can get in my driveway. Ooh. And I am home.
Yay!
Mia is gonna
All
be
right, let
so
me put
happy.
Oh no. Oh, did I lose you? No, there you are.
Over here.
Okay, I can put my
Mia
brightness
is
up
gonna
so I
be
can
so
see chat.
excited.
Yay. There she is. Hey, Dani.
So happy you're
Hi.
home safe,
See
Dani.
my face now. Let's see. Nope, can't see how
Hello.
sunburned I am with that light.
Is
Hello.
this
All right, there we go. That's better. Oh, all right.
Can y'all hear me?
Thank you. Okay, now I'm gonna go read that private chat.
No, you don't.
Do it.
Oh my.
You don't want to read it.
She does.
Beachy's
frozen
upside
now?
down.
I think she's frozen.
Oh, is that better?
No, but I'm going to.
Is that better? Am I there?
Yeah, you're fine.
You're there.
Can you hear me?
I will.
I was gonna say at least. Oh, I'm not driving now. Now I'm parked. Oh, that's what it was. Now that I'm home, my phone is connecting to the Wi-Fi. That's
Did
what
you
that
read
was.
the chat? I missed that. Brittany was talking to me.
I read the chat. Okay, let me disconnect this from my Bluetooth.
Come on, that was
There we
epic.
go. Okay.
No, I can't hear Georgia again. Can you hear Georgia?
Georgia.
Oh, there she is.
No, I can't hear anything.
We can hear you.
There we go. Okay. I had to change my mic settings because I turned off my Bluetooth. No, I mean at least this time Leanne didn't show her beaver on the chat. So
It could have been worse.
all right, guys, I am gonna go because I'm gonna go in and say hi to my parents and my dog, and I'm gonna go potty and yeah.
Say hi to
And go
Mia.
watch videos and all kinds of stuff.
Thank you. All right, thank you guys for keeping me company, keeping me awake, keeping me laughing. And
I'm going to bed.
tomorrow at some point there will be a video with me and Jess from Roots and Refuge. So woo!
It was nice
Yay.
meeting everybody.
All right,
Bye.
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 Bye.